rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts need, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service, semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all: DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
Dad, the driver looks dirty.
You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, chance of seeing some isolated showers and thunderstorms. Our high temperatures today will be right around the low 60s north, right around 70 south. Chance of seeing some showers and storms tonight. Overnight low will drop down in the upper 50s to low 60s. Sunny skies, upper 70s on Tuesday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grant Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. ESPN 95.3.
Touchdown, Arkansas! How did he get that wide open?
Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you.
Live from the Busch Light Studio.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. What kids think dominate, and we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my hot dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
Name of one Razorback is vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
Oh, boy. Welcome in. Good morning. 11:01 Monday, halftime. Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Kristen Johnston. And, boy, what a season we're living through right now, is it not? Wash, rinse, repeat. Just never gets any easier with Arkansas football right now. And, man, good morning to everybody listening. And good morning to you guys in studio, Matt Jones, Kristen. Happy to be with you for a full week of halftime. Looking forward to this football season coming to an end. Can you not see these results coming down the pike even before kickoff now? It's one game right into the next. It feels like you're watching almost one game for the last 10 weeks playing itself out right in front of you. Thought they had a chance for another win, Matt, but then again, I thought they had a chance for a win against Mississippi State. Same thing against Auburn. And probably not going to come, huh? Something I think that a lot of fans have been thinking may be happening, and now you're 2 weeks away from 0-8, 2-10, and a total start over. But hey, you guys look great. You sound great. It's good to be with you. Let's have a good week.
Let's go. Let's get it trademarked. Maybe we can get an NIL deal with something that it's good to go 0-8 in. What's something in the world and life when you can be happy to go 0-8 in? The SEC football team?
No, I don't think that's anything anybody
good.
wants to experience. No, I'd like to go 0-8 in being pulled over on the highway on the next 8 road trips. How's that?
I don't know how we get an NIL sponsorship for that, but yes, that would be good too.
Yeah, probably a brake company or something. I'm not sure. It's head scratching, man. It's head scratching.
I texted you at 12:01 during the LSU game. I said we can beat this team.
You did.
Watching them play. That's just one of those deals. LSU didn't want to be there. We were up 14-0. And then again, we go on the road. We force 0 turnovers. We get a punt block, scoop and score, first time since 2009. And then we turn the ball over 3 times again. That's just kind of our thing. It's just we're going to turn the ball over.
This team is scared to win. They're scared to win.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe there's a little truth to that. Maybe not the idea of being scared to win, but just feeling like something bad is going to happen any point. And you know what happens when you feel like that, or not when you feel like that as a fan, or because you're not affecting anything. But that's kind of got to be in the minds of the players now. And it's just, Matt, how long can you just be slamming your head against the wall? Because these guys are out there playing hard. You know, I mean, the effort is there. It seems to me they are trying their absolute best to work towards a common goal to win a football game on a Saturday. But there has to be that modicum of doubt in the back of their minds that's probably moved to the front of their minds by now. It's been 10 weeks since a win. And whether it's turnovers or missed tackles or an inability to stop an opponent on third down or a freshman kicker that hadn't been put in this sort of position to try to give you a field goal to win a game, and who knows if you would have been able to stop LSU at that point, it's always something. And if I'm showing up, you know, feeling, hey, what we've watched for the last 9 weeks is what we're going to see again, I can't imagine the players aren't thinking the same thing, man.
Well, you know, attention to detail. There was I don't understand what football concept. I'd like to talk to some, you know, like on short yardage. Any coaches I've ever been around, it's 4th and 1, and so we're going to run a soft pitch. Like the running back's eyes are not looking at, and so that was either the quarterback's fault or the running back's fault. I don't know, because he was thinking it's a handoff. But let's think about it. Let's think about like the actual game and the actual play and what you're supposed to do. So it's a 4th and 1, 4th and 2 type of play. That means the defense is going to come quick. I'm not pitching the ball to where my running back has to take his eyes off what he's looking at. I'm handing him the ball. You know, it's just our play design's weak. There's a lot of just attention to detail that's not good. That's one of them. How do you have that on 4th and 1? That's what we're going with as coaches. We're like, we're going to turn around and do a soft pitch because it's 4th and 1 and it's got to be quick because it's going to happen. So let's make sure our running back takes his eyes off what he's supposed to do and has to look at the ball. Like some of our concepts are kind of weak.
And you get stopped on at the goal line. You had 3 chances from the 2, you know, one from the 2 and then a couple from the 1 and couldn't punch it in. You had 18 straight possessions inside the red zone with a score, and then 2 in a row that end up with nothing. Yeah, it got stopped at the 1. Taylor's interception, where I'm not sure what happened there on the left side of the end zone, where if he and Omega might have got themselves crossed up, there might have been some contact on that play as well.
Well, he quit his route. He didn't think it was coming to him. I saw that play too, so that's another one. That's not. I don't know whose fault that is, but he wasn't open because he kind of stopped his route because of the coverage he was playing. And I've seen it happen all the time. It happens every single game. A receiver can tell what's road. So he just kind of stops instead of breaking in front of his face like what you're supposed to do. And then it ends up going back. So that's the little things. That's the attention to detail. Do the little things. The big things take care of themselves. But he was covered, quits his route, ends up being a bad play. Don't know whose fault that's on too. Probably more the receiver for quitting his route.
Yeah, a couple of interceptions for Taylor, and now he's at 10 for the year. And, in his 2 years at Arkansas, now 11 interceptions against 16 touchdowns against SEC teams. And I don't know what happens in these next couple of weeks. Look, I mean, Taylor Green is one of the reasons why you've had opportunities to win a game, but he's also been one of the main reasons why Arkansas has lost football games. Interceptions at inopportune times, and taking sacks at inopportune times. And look, this was the fewest passing yards that Talon had, that Arkansas offense all year long had been able to figure out, throwing for just 165. The big play capability's not there. LSU's defense deserves some of the credit because I thought they played really well. That Harold Perkins has basically made a living against Arkansas, Matt, for these last 4 years. Harold Perkins lives in the backfield against Arkansas and then rips it away, throwing in a triple coverage where Omega Blake kind of looked like he had his hands on the ball but loses the battle to Perkins. Just like, it's like you look at these last 3 games. Look, losing to Texas A&M just had one of the greatest comebacks in the SEC in the last 30 years against South Carolina. Not a good Carolina team, but you're down 27 at halftime. That's impressive. But these last 3 losses to a bad Auburn team that ran the ball at will and then fire their coach the next week after a loss, to a bad Mississippi State team that found a way to break through against you offensively somehow, and then against a bad LSU team. That I'm with you, Matt. When I watched Arkansas get on top and play as well as they did in that first quarter, now I wasn't thinking to myself, this game's over, because I've paid attention over the previous 9 games, and the Hogs have been a hot starting team that's just kind of run on fumes at the end, and that's what happens. But that's also an LSU team that at the start, where they come out into their stadium and it's maybe 2/3 full. It was maybe mid as what C Unit thinks of Prince.
Yeah, it was midday, mid time. All of it was. It's You know what? The words. It's tough to find words when you're watching what you're watching. And the point is, yeah, it's not Bobby's fault. It's not the deep coordinator. They're not making the plays. They're not out there on the field. They're just putting them in positions to make plays. Mm-hmm. And the team is trying. I don't think the team's not trying, but that's just that's another one you let slip away, and that comes back to. I don't know if it comes back to camp, but it comes back to doing the little things. When you lose a lot of games by 1-score possession games, because what did we say before this season started? I said, look, there'll be 6 or 7 games where the Hogs, it'll be a 1-score game going into the fourth quarter. How do we play in those games? That's how it's going this year. And how are we playing in those games?
And well, I know the idea. The little things end up being such a big difference. And there's got to be little things in these 18 turnovers in the year for Arkansas that is because the result of those plays is not little. A turnover is potentially the biggest play of a game, and where those turnovers have occurred, the moment of the game when they've occurred, the idea that it wasn't even that LSU made a play on that pitch fumble, Matt. It's
a bad play call because you don't do that. You don't let's get football coaches in the room. If it's 4th down, I'm going to turn around and pitch just stick it in his belly so the running back's eyes don't have to go on where he's not looking at the ball. He's looking how to get the first down. It's a bad play call. It's a bad play design.
We've got some 0 for 8s that our listeners think would be a good thing for. Ross and Paris said 0 for 8 in cancer screenings is a good thing. He's got that locked down. Absolutely right. Test 0 for 8 in pregnancy tests, apparently. Text out of the 479. I guess that depends on what it is you're going for in life and whether or not you want to be pregnant. 0 for 8 in Billy Joel songs, of course, BE, but I think there's a couple of them that you're actually a fan of, so who knows. Arkansas, LSU, main topic at least over this first hour. And then I guess we move on to Arkansas and Texas, although, there's plenty of other games to hit on, man. How about Oklahoma upsetting Alabama in Tuscaloosa, going 2-0 against Alabama in 2 years, coming over from the Big 12? How about Texas getting slobber knocked by Georgia, and Georgia still proves to be a great second half and mostly fourth quarter team? You get potentially a wild tiebreaker at the top of the SEC standings, Matt, and the only thing I can think of right now as I look at the SEC standings is that Arkansas is way at the bottom and probably staring at an 0-8. And I think to myself, things at South Carolina are not very good right now. They just blew a 27-point lead. Things at Ole Miss are great, but they're wondering whether or not they can keep Lane Kiffin, and he's trolling their fan base. Kentucky, not a great football program. They got a couple of wins, Matt, and they got a football coach that sometimes you wonder whether or not he really wants to be there. But Arkansas right now is in the worst position of any program in the SEC. There's no other way to put that right now. You know, whether or not you bring in a new coach in the next 3 weeks, can you change the perception of Arkansas football amongst the people that will make their decisions as to whether or not they're coming here to coach, whether or not they're coming here to play? Because you're staring at a third 0-8, a third 2-10 over the last, 7 years? And that even doesn't go back to, an 0-8 under Brett, too. It's just there's too many winless conference seasons right now. I'd like to think that whatever the next coach is able to change that. We've seen major changes in college football recently. You can make those changes one year to the next. It's just, you're in this cycle here, Matt, and got to find a way to get out of it. And I don't know if it's going to happen right now because I'm looking at the next 2 weeks and playing a team in Texas that's, hey, I don't know what to expect from the Longhorns. I do think it's going to be tough to tackle Missouri, and just the way that those games have gone doesn't really make me feel all that golden about a chance to win the Battle of the Ravine. So basketball, right? At least there's basketball against Duke on Thanksgiving, and that's something to look forward to. And the Thanksgiving meal, I'll look forward to that too, and doing radio with you guys, because at some point we'll know who this coach is going to be. There won't be any more guesses about it. And I'm looking forward to what's going to be probably a crazy month of December. But can we just get to December? Can we just make it there? Can we get the next 13 days out of the way? How do you feel about that?
It's going to be a long year.
Well, it's going to be a long month.
It's going to be a long year. I don't care what the stats are. What you do is it starts with the W's and the L's, and then we'll talk about stats. If you don't win any games, you don't get to talk.
That's the only stat that matters. That's right. All right, here's what we got for you on a Monday. We'll have Connor O'Gara, Saturday Down South, hour number 3 at 1:15. 3 Up, 3 Down, Dr. Charlie Liggett, about an hour from right now. And Mike Irwin, Pig Trail Nation, see what he's got dug up in about 15 minutes. So wide open, if you want to call, text Lewis Automotive Hotline, 877-377-6963. Stay with Halftime. Back in just a moment.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee.
The SEC has changed. Our coach.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Go all in on luxury with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. There's the $5 box, indulgent. The $7 box, extravagant. And the $9 box, indescribable, with the new steak and poblano rolled quesadilla. It's Lux. For less. Choose your $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings box, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to MyBookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's, where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty.
You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small.
Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561
or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
What's the matter with you? When you wanted a girl, straight hair, girl.
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Eliminating turnovers, we do that. I mean, you look at all these games, turnovers cost us a game. We eliminate those, it's a win.
Yeah, eliminate the turnovers. Said the same thing last year too, and have not eliminated the turnovers. That has been, Matt, if you look at these 2 years with Petrino as the offensive coordinator and also as the interim coach here, even on both sides of the ball, what are the things that you think of that define Arkansas for the reasons they've lost games over the last 2 seasons?
Well, lack of talent would be one. LSU played about a C- game. Van Buren is horrible. That dude, like, no wonder why the other guy has one half of his back can't work and they didn't put him in.
There were a few throws that were interceptable from him.
Oh, he's so bad. Just inconsistency, not evaluating talent the right way. It's the wrong people. It's from the top to the bottom. It's the wrong people that are up there.
The lack of talent leads to the turnovers, doesn't it? But with this, so the 2 plays that'll stand out for me more than anything are getting stuffed at the goal line. I guess that's 2 plays because he had 2 chances at the one. Braylon Russell not available. I think it may have been a concussion, and we'll probably find out later today, but he wasn't available. That's a guy you're going to give the ball to. Settles had a chance. He slips. Washington, you'd think, would get in. And ends up, Taylor ends up getting stuffed. And
it should have been a penalty. the guy jumps over the line and clubs him with his arm around, has his whole arm around his helmet. And in every world, that's a penalty.
But that doesn't get called. And then, did you see anything that looked like interference on Blake on that interception, or that was just a matter of giving up? The hands were on him, but he didn't necessarily go after the ball. I guess at that point, is it a matter of did you have to go after it? Anyway, beating a dead horse. That's what this is. That's what this season has been. It's been beating a dead horse from last year too. Offensive improvements on the offensive line. Do you think this is a better wide receiver group? I mean, you've had guys kind of fall off, and I'm not sure if it's a better overall wide receiver.
I think our best
group.
receiver got hurt. What was that? He fumbled against Ole Miss, and we hadn't seen him. Like
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, he's not.
He's been hurt. Remember, he broke his ankle in the Notre Dame game.
Was the Notre Dame game? Yeah, I thought he was probably. You got Omega as your X, but your guy you can move around and run crossers with and get in space. I thought he was. But injuries are part of the game.
Injuries are part of the game. Depth is supposed to be part of the game too. Let's go through some of these texts here. Yeah. Justin says never a penalty when Arkansas is involved. It does feel like you end up getting the short end of the stick when you're staring potentially at 2 and 10. But there's probably reasons why most of the penalties go against Arkansas, or you don't get those calls. Jesse asks if you could imagine it would be much worse this year than last year. No, I didn't think so. I really did not. I thought I wasn't making any predictions on what the season would look like, a number of wins. There were so many unknowns, but I did think that it would be an improved team. And in some cases, I felt like they have been. It's just it doesn't show up. It's like you could point to all these stats, like you say, Matt. None of it matters. None of it matters. All that matters is the win and loss record. Joe asked, what about Barry Bonds? He did really well at Missouri. I think he's talking coach search. He meant Barry Odom, but he must have had baseball in his mind for a moment there. Yeah, I guess the coaching search also is coming down to its nitty-gritty here in the next week or so. I would think, do you want to have somebody in place, at least not announced, but somebody that you know is going to be your coach? By the time you get off the field against Missouri, I'd think you'd want to know. Now, I guess a couple of weeks ago, we were wondering if there would be some announcement the week of the Missouri game. That's not going to happen. But, yeah, what do these next 2 games mean, Matt? It means how fast can 13 days go? That's what it means.
Well, you want to have a little pride about your craft and about you as a human and as a football player. You don't want to go 0 for 8. And I thought the LSU game, because LSU is at disarray right now, I thought that was our best chance. With Texas losing now, they're out. There's no way Texas makes it to the playoff 12. So do they come back down a little bit? Texas defense is better than LSU's defense. We're not beating Missouri. There's that Missouri team and this Arkansas team. That's Missouri. They have a little more pride. You look at the last 3-4 years since drinks. Their culture's better. It's different than what Arkansas's is, and that's how it starts. It starts with your culture. It starts with the little things, picking up after yourself, saying thank you to the lunch lady when she gives you your food, showing up on time. It just starts from all the little things, and then the big things take care of themselves. And we don't do the little things good. How are you going to beat anybody if you don't do the little things good?
Here's Bill in Elkins. He's called our Lewis Automotive Hotline today. That's 877-377-6963. Hey, Bill, what's going on?
Hey, not much. To me, and of course, I'm just a fan, just a guy, but it looks to me like they're almost trying too hard sometimes. Sometimes I can't get out of my own way, and it's just there's something just not quite right, because we do have some talent, and I don't think it's all on the coaches. I'm just not sure. How do y'all feel about that? I'll just listen. Thanks.
Yeah, I think there's a tightness. I've been around teams that just find ways to lose games. They show up at the building or the arena or the ballpark, and I think they show up expecting a loss, which I guess can make you tight. Can you see that when you're watching on television, Matt? I mean, if you'd be on the field, you probably would have a sense of it. you've been around teams that must have felt the same way. It's like we're all working towards the same goal, but we've all been around this thing for the last however long, and you kind of sometimes it feels that the results are already conclusive because you've seen this story before, and that's what I felt. I guess I'm wondering if the players are feeling the same thing.
Yeah, when you lose, the whole week of practice is a little different. When you win, the attitude, the atmosphere, it's a little different from when you win and lose. And the momentum's a real thing in sports. It is, and having confidence in the positive belief, the 6 inches in between your ears is very just as important as being able to run a 4.4. You got to kind of have a little moxie about you, a little attitude, and we don't have any of that. There's nothing. It's I don't know. You have to have expectations to lower them. But a month ago, Phil, I haven't watched this game. I haven't watched the Hogs play since I watched them play Notre Dame. I haven't watched them and let my heart get into it. So it doesn't matter. You're just watching it like, you're watching it like anything. It's like you're playing cards with your sister's kids. You know you're going to have to help them out a little bit. There's nothing. You got to start over. It's whatever this is. It's not working.
All right, we'll come back with Mike Irwin from Pig Trail Nation. Stay with us.
Wise man once told me there's no such thing as a bad one, so we'll take it. There's a bad loss. I've never heard of a bad win, so we'll take it.
This is Halftime.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text FORCE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text FORCE to 42424. That's FORCE to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
At Wave Rural Connect, our mission is to improve the quality of life in our communities. Across the River Valley of Arkansas and Oklahoma, residents and businesses are experiencing the difference of our high-speed internet. Wave Rural Connect Internet provides a reliable residential connection for streaming, gaming, remote work, and homeschooling. Our business solutions provide the speed, stability, and security that you need, whether you're a mom-and-pop flower shop or large business. Check availability online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372.
Crisp air, colorful leaves, and the perfect season to get moving. It's fall at True Grit Running Company. Whether you're hitting the trails, walking the neighborhood, or cheering from the sidelines, we've got the shoes, apparel, and accessories to keep you comfy and supported. From cozy layers to top brands like Hoka, Brooks, and OOFOS, fall into your new favorites today. Stop by True Grit Running Company on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, right behind Chick-fil-A. This autumn, let your journey start with True Grit.
Hey Razorback fans, basketball season is here, and it's also movie season. The perfect time to level up your living room at Sofa City. Check out their immersive home entertainment furniture, top grain leather, zero-gravity power recliners with power headsets, lumbar support, heat, air massage, surround sound, and even optional vibration. You won't just watch the game, you'll feel every buzzer beater in Blockbuster. And right now, Black Friday deals are in full swing at Sofa City. Get a $50 recliner when you buy the matching sofa and love seat for just $9.98. That's a full living room set plus a recliner at an incredible price. At Sofa City, it's all in stock, so you can buy it today and enjoy it tonight. With financing options available for every budget. And you'll love their no-pressure showroom. Just friendly folks ready to help you find your comfort zone. So whether it's watching the Hogs or a movie night at home, don't just watch it, experience it. Visit Sofa City in Fort Smith, Russellville, Harrison, and Mountain Home. And see more Black Friday savings at sofacityusa.com. Are you a realtor looking for the right team to grow your career? Join the Limbird Real Estate Group, the #1 real estate team in Arkansas. Limbird provides you with everything you need to succeed. Access to a database of over 80,000 leads, full training and support, professional marketing and social media content, all handled for you. Plus health insurance, a stock purchase plan, and revenue share opportunities. If you're ready to grow your business with the best, apply today at limbirdteam.com. That's limbirdteam.com, where realtors go to win.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with RUSH25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Well,
Switching down her drinks. Her two friends, she's born in a wild card. She was telling me wild things. She was telling me wild things. Street past 7-Eleven. Nothing else, I'll spend the night. She grabbed my hand at the intersection. I spilled my guts at the red light.
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend Matt Jones.
Big Trail Nation's Mike Irwin with us here for a Monday morning visit. Good morning, Mike. Team's going to get a win at some point. What do you think? I don't think so. And we're paying attention. So wonder what you think now.
No, I don't think so. And I'm now at a point, and I had resisted this before, but we really are back to where this football program was those 2 years under Chad Morris. If you win 2 games now. Those players didn't have NIL to deal with. Now what you got is a bunch of players that are getting paid who probably don't figure they're going to be here, coaching staff that's probably not going to be here. So is it any real surprise that they just at critical moments of a game, just somebody lets go of the rope and then it just starts to cascade? It just becomes this, that, something else, same thing recycled. It's just a bad situation. And whoever they hire has got to come around, figure out a way to turn this around. And I don't know that it's an easy fix. I think the idea was that if you got a Franklin to come in here and he had a lot of guys he could bring with him, maybe you would have a talent infusion and a different attitude. But if you don't do that, if you're going with one of these, AAC conference coaches or whoever, is being mentioned, then they've really got a job to do in recruiting, and it might take 2, 3, 4 years to get this thing going again. And I'm not sure the fans have that much patience anymore. I just see a lot of fans telling me if they don't get this thing right and it doesn't turn around pretty quickly, they're just going to give up on it. They're just tired of it.
That LSU team was I think that was about a C- game that LSU team that they played. And then Arkansas, again, losing the turnover battle 3-0. Mike, I don't have the words. I don't know, but what is the answer? What's the direction? Where do they go from here if we want to get it right?
Well, I think one of the problems you've got here is you don't have problems being solved. And I start with the quarterback. When I studied up on Taylon Green, when they brought him in from Boise, that was the big thing about him there, was his inconsistency. He was benched at some point because of too many turnovers. And I think Bobby Petrino thought he could come in here and turn that around, and he hasn't done it. I don't know what's wrong with him. You'd have to be inside his head. I would think if you're coaching him every day, you could figure it out. I know for a fact, just knowing players over the years, when you have a player that's as talented as he is, but they keep making mistakes like that, there's something going on there, and you got to figure it out, and it hasn't been figured out. And it stuns me that people still want to say, well, let's just keep Bobby. I mean, everybody acts like this is 2009, 10, and 11. It's not. And he has – this offense is his. The staff is his. The players are his. Pittman did everything he could to let Petrino try to get the offense better. And it's not working. It's not getting any better. It has stayed the same. The defense has gotten a little better, but to blame this on the defense and say it has nothing to do with the offense is idiotic. I mean, you just don't know football if you watched that game and thought it was really a problem with the defense. I mean, come on, guys.
Well, all right. So what happens in the next like 10 days, even just before the Missouri game? You think they've kind of zeroed in on 3 or 4 candidates? I don't think Franklin's a realistic candidate at all. If he ever was, it seems that it's either going to be Virginia Tech or one of the bigger schools that's in the ACC. So, I mean, and with all these jobs that are open, there's no guarantee that the coach you zero in on, or even the 2 or 3 that you zero in on, are the ones that you're going to get.
Yeah, I think part of the reason there's been so much misinformation and smoke screens being put out there is because the committee or Yurachek, whoever's doing this, were trying to prevent any early information from blowing the thing up. You expose somebody and you put their name out there, maybe they're interested, but you don't want to run them off. So maybe that's, what's going on. It's hard to figure out what was going on with Franklin because I'm just fairly certain at one point there was mutual interest there. Something happened. The word that I got from my one source that said he thought Franklin was coming and he now admits he was wrong is he said there's something about Northwest Arkansas that he didn't like. He doesn't know. There was a story written, and I can't remember who wrote it, but it talked about infrastructure issues. Well, what are we talking about here? An airport he doesn't like, a highway system, the climate here, the facilities, the medical care here. What is it? I don't know, but that could have been it, I guess. But the nuttiness of this thing, people are going crazy. I mean, you have Pat Fitzgerald's name mentioned. Okay, what, he got fired at Northwestern amid some hazing charges, and now he says he's been, it's all settled and he's ready to go coach again, so you're going to hire him? Dan Lanning, what a crazy name to throw out there. 44-7, hottest young coach in the country. He turned down Alabama. He's going to come here? Give me a break. Ed Ogeron, is that serious? I don't think so. So now you get to Golish and Sumrall and Morris, those 3 American Athletic Conference coaches. You hear all kinds of stuff when you start talking to them. Golish is not interested. Sumrall is looking somewhere else. Morris, they don't like his last name. I honestly, I told you guys last week, I've told so many stupid things that make no sense to me that I just don't. I'm almost given up because I realize there's a reason why this is happening, and it's because the people that normally talk to me and other reporters are being given conflicting information, probably on purpose. And I guess we'll just find out when we find out.
Yeah, if it's infrastructure or something, the baseball team's good, the basketball team's good, the track. I don't know what it's to what would you put the finger on. Let's talk about the basketball team. I mean, they got a couple games coming up. What have you seen so far? What do you like? What do we got? 4 games that they played so far. What's kind of your takeaway so far?
The one area of concern, obviously, is your 2 bigs, your 2 big transfers in, Pringle and Ewan. They're just not scoring, and they're really not rebounding or playing defense either. watching this, I don't think it's all their fault. I think when they're in the game, I don't see anybody trying to feed them inside. It's hard to score if you don't get assists from some of the guards and some of the other wings. So I think, and Cal talked about maybe that. We're going to talk with them, but then other people have to step in and help them. Right now, this is a guard-oriented team. You know that. You got 3 guards that are really doing most of the scoring. And it's hard to complain about that, but you're not going to beat some of the better teams on your schedule, and especially in the SEC when you go on the road, if you don't have a strong inside game. So that leaves Brazile right there. And Brazile, the big problem I see with him right now is he's got those back problems again, which he's had on and off, I guess, the whole time he's been here. So you don't know when that's going to flare up. And when it does, maybe suddenly you're playing a big game and he's on the bench. And you need those 2 guys to step up. So will they? I mean, that's the big challenge that Cal faces.
How long do you give them until you start to coalesce around, well, maybe they're not going to be a team that the bigs can score very much? You know, because I'm just going back to something Mike Washington says about the football team, and this is on repeat for the last 2 years, and really I think it's been on repeat for the last 6 years. If we could eliminate the turnovers, and it's like I'll always look at a baseball season before it starts and say, well, here are the ifs for this year's Arkansas baseball team. If this thing happens, if that thing happens, well, maybe they'll end up getting, to the promised land. There is no more if we can eliminate the turnovers. So when you look at basketball and no production from Ewan and not enough from Pringle right now, when is it to where you start to say, you know what, this is just going to be a guard-oriented team, and if we get some production from the front court, well, feel lucky about it?
I think Cal will probably at least go till SEC play starts, continuing to try to develop them, because non-conference games, honestly, it may matter in rankings and things like that, but it doesn't hurt you in your conference race. And we saw what happened last year. It took them 5-6 games to get going in conference play. So I don't think it's as bad as it was last year. I don't think it's anywhere near that bad. But I do agree with you at some point, if it doesn't change, you can't go with that. You're just going to have to accept the fact that Brazile is going to do your scoring inside. He can do what defense he can do. He's not a great defensive player. He's not a great rebounder, but he's not bad at it either. And then you just have to get your wings involved and your guards, because we do have good guards that can get in there and get rebounds and, score inside.
I want to go back to not the coaching search aspect of it right now, but the coaching search goes along with fundraising for the 2026 coaching staff and the team for football. Everybody's throwing out their guesses and reporting in their sources about the coaching search. Is there anything about procuring money for football for next year so that you can feel you're in a better place to compete for an SEC championship or just winning some games in the league?
Well, there's a lot of numbers being thrown out by different people I've talked to. Some went back when we were talking Franklin, they were talking about, the person I talked to said they'd come up with somewhere between 30 and 40 million total. But see, I got a question on Ask Mike, and it's a good question. When you throw those numbers out, does that include revenue sharing, which is assumed to have already been in place? Because that's about 12 million for football. So if you're talking 30 million, then you take 12 off of that. And how much extra money are you raising? I mean, there's all kinds of conflicting opinions. Some people have said they still don't have the money. And other people I've talked to said that's a lie, that the money is there. And they keep promising you're going to be surprised when you see who they hire. And I'm going, okay, sure, all right, I'll just sit here and be surprised, I guess. There's a thing that just blew my mind that I read not too long ago. The Big Ten has this plan to get into private equity funds through the University of California. It's a crazy plan where they think they can raise $2.4 billion over 20 years to go into their coffers to, for NIL and rev sharing and all that. It would work out to something like $140 million a school. But the stuff I was reading said that's extremely dangerous. The economists say that could just blow up in your face. And yet, if they do it, you think the SEC is going to just sit there and go, well, we'll just let them do that. We're not going to do it. You know they'll do it, a version of it. So where are we headed? Is the need to have more and more money going to reach a point where this all just blows up, where the fans just throw their hands up and people go, I don't want this. I don't like this idea that you just buy everything. At some point, you work to get things. You get good coaches and players work, and they get better. It's what I referred to earlier when Chad Morris was here. They only won 2 games, but you can't accuse those players of not caring because of NIL money because they didn't get any. Now you always worry about it. And now I'm seeing stuff pop up about gambling because of that gambling scandal in the NBA. Now this, and because college athletics has allowed schools for their fans to tie into casinos, now you've got this possibility of running through fans' heads of, well, Taylor Green was too inconsistent. I guess he was involved in betting. Well, it's horrible to start throwing that out there at players. But this is where we're headed. Fans making unsubstantiated comments on the internet, attacking players, and everybody not knowing what's going on here. I just think it's a mess, guys. I don't think they should have ever gotten involved in gambling. I think it's a problem. And you even hear people talk about the officials may be involved. I don't think they are, but you can't swear to it. And you didn't have to have this. We didn't have to be in this position.
Yeah, feels like there's a lot of landmines out there in this college sports world. Mike, we'll leave it there. I appreciate your time as always. Thanks a lot. Have a great week.
All right, see you guys.
Mike Irwin, Pig Trail Nation, is with us each Monday on Halftime. Sterling Bank is your community bank in Northwest Arkansas. You always deserve a pleasant and productive experience when it comes to banking, and you'll get that every time, every visit at Sterling Bank. Their locations in Fayetteville, Rogers, and Bentonville. Sterling is deeply committed to the people, businesses, and organizations that make Northwest Arkansas thrive. You can learn more at stirbank.bank. Sterling Bank's invested in you and committed to Northwest Arkansas. Back in a moment, we'll wrap up the first hour. This is Halftime.
I'm going to probably hit 5 or 6 sororities on Friday.
This is Halftime. Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Hey, it's JT here at Blue Ember Smokehouse. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and we're here to take the stress out of cooking. Order one of our whole turkeys, turkey breasts, or pit carving hams, all slow smoked the Blue Ember way. And don't forget your favorite sides: mac and cheese, green beans, potato salad, and more. Spend more time with family and less time in the kitchen this year. Last day to order is Friday, November 21st, so place your holiday order today by stopping in-store or calling your nearest Blue Ember Smokehouse. Blue Ember Smokehouse. Get smoked.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. The future of office printing is here with Xerox's Connect Key technology and cloud connectivity. Xerox offers seamless integration, top-notch security, and unmatched efficiency to help your business stay ahead. Don't miss out. Call us today at 783-6600 and ask about our special offer for a free Xerox color printer with many Xerox models. Dixie Digital Imaging, leading the way in office technology.
Flu vaccines, both regular and high dose for seniors, are now available at Law's Drug Store in Fort Smith. Call 452-6116 to schedule your shot appointment. Usually there is no cost when covered by your insurance. Law's Drug has COVID vaccines, RSV vaccines for ages 60 plus. Pneumonia and tetanus shots are also available. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drug Store, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. How about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Need a little extra cash? Go see Rusty at Golden Gym Pond, 310 West Center in Greenwood. Get the money you need with loans on jewelry, guns, tools, and electronics. If you're looking for a gift, they have a large selection of jewelry to choose from, and Rusty can take care of all jewelry repair. Stop by Golden Gym Pond today, 310 West Center in Greenwood, or call 996-2792. Open 9 to 5:30 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 9 to 3 on Wednesday. Golden Gym Pond.
Doe's Eat Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Doe's Eat Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Oh, brains fried. Unit, I forgot what you got assigned over the weekend. What was your homework?
300.
What'd you think? It's a fun movie, isn't it?
Yes, and I think you said phalanx is the word?
A phalanx, yes.
Isn't it like a kind of a little army or something?
I think it's in a very specific formation.
Okay.
Would be a phalanx, but yeah, just about right on that too. It's a good assignment, Matt. I mean, nothing better than a good violent movie after you're watching a great violent sport like football.
Made me want to kind of go out and do some of that.
And thinking about it is half the battle right there. At least I thought about doing something.
Thank you for that comment there, Christian. That's the best comment of the first hour of halftime. Matt Christian he's got a high batting average today for good quotes.
And I know what's good.
Don't let me in the box today.
I know something good to get Matt and Phil. I know something good to go 0-8 in, but I don't know if I should say it.
If you got a little question in your mind as to whether or not you should say it, hold on to it. Yeah, hold on to it. Maybe let us know during the commercial break, and we'll have a little tense moment for our listeners to see whether or not Christian's got something that can get him canned that he can say at 12:01.
Well, you just got to say it in a different language.
Well, that works. That's right. He did have. Well, there's no reason to even say it out there. For those who were listening about 2 weeks ago, you remember what Christian said. It's just in a completely different language. It doesn't count either. You say it in Klingon. You say it in Spanish. Like, there's enough Spanish speakers here. People are going to know. There's somebody who works for the FCC who speaks Spanish as his number one language, and you're going to get in trouble. You need to learn how to say those terms in Klingon, because nobody knows how to talk like that, not even me. All right, 877-377-6963 as we come into hour number 2 of halftime. That's the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. No tax November at Lewis Automotive Group. Up to $1,500. They'll pay the tax, and you keep the cash. So we've also got Dr. Charlie Liggett, 3 up, 3 down, River Valley Smile Center in about 20 minutes. We'll be wide open when we come back. And Bobby Petrino is also going to be having his information-filled Monday 12 noon press conference. We'll see if there's anything to update from that. Stay with us. Halftime is right back.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Hey everyone, Josh Earnhardt here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. Do you like doing business with local companies? Did you know that AAA Business Systems is one of only a few truly local office technology providers in Northwest Arkansas? Ask your current technology provider where their corporate office is, and let's keep your money in Northwest Arkansas. Buy local, support local. Call us today at 479-442-4185, and remember, anything else is just a copy.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Hey guys, it's No Shave November, and the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation wants you to grow for a reason. Skip a razor, grow your beard, and help raise awareness and funds for prostate cancer, a disease that affects 1 in 8 men right here in Arkansas. Every beard tells a story, and every dollar raised helps provide free screenings, education, and support for Arkansas men. Join the movement, post your pics with hashtag NoShaveAPCF, and sign up today at arprostatecancer.org. That's arprostatecancer.org. Grow it for good.
Game days just got a whole lot cheesier at Art's Barbecue and Burgers on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Art's legendary smoked brisket queso is back. There's no better game time treat than this house-made queso, loaded with chunks of Art's smoked brisket. And try the sloppy pig, Art's ham-pattied burger, topped with pulled pork and smothered in smoked brisket queso. Make your game days cheesy at Art's Barbecue and Burgers, Rogers Avenue, 2 doors east of Lowe's in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, chance of seeing some isolated showers and thunderstorms. Our high temperatures today will be right around the low 60s north, right around 70 south. Chance of seeing some showers and storms tonight. Overnight low will drop down in the upper 50s to low 60s. Sunny skies, upper 70s on Tuesday. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grant Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Tommy's right on this one. Do you feel? Let me ask you this.
Normal around here.
Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that could respect you.
Live from the Busch Light Studio.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Joaquin said dominate, and we not doing it. We're gonna go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field. You said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Bill Olson and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my hot dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
Number one Razorback is vintage Matt Jones. The Cinderella story is over, man. Let's go.
Caller text 877-377-6963. Now here's Phil Olson and Matt Jones.
All right, coming into hour number 2, halftime continues on ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com. It's 1 minute after noon, and we'll do 3 up, 3 down. Dr. Charlie Liggett coming up in the next segment. You want to get with us? Now is the time. Lewis Automotive Hotline is 877-377-6963. Read through some of the texts here. Adam in Fort Smith thought that Mike Irwin was spot on about Bobby Petrino. This is, as far as I can see, this is Petrino's team now. It's been his offense for a couple of years, and Arkansas offensively has not performed, I think, to the level of what the notes will say the rankings are. So, yes, I agree with all of that. And then there's also the little pesky idea here that Petrino is actually on a 12-game losing streak as an FBS head coach, which goes back to his final year at Louisville and also counts the 5 losses that have gone in his record here. So at some point that's got to stand. That's got to stand for something. Hogball says when your defense gives up 23 points to a backup quarterback and an interim coach, that's a problem. That's another thing too here, Matt. You look at one of the other defining characteristics about this season is the play of backup quarterbacks against Arkansas. It's, again, crazy when you go back and look at some of this. You had Trinidad Chambliss beat the Razorbacks, and he's not a backup anymore, but he was then. Guy won a ton of games at Division II. The backup QB made the third down run that clinched the game for Memphis, carrying tacklers with him. Did the backup get in at Tennessee? I'm pretty sure he did. Same thing at A&M. Daniels at Auburn had a couple of plays. The Mississippi State backup.
Yeah, he led him on a touchdown.
That's right. Kamario Taylor. That's right. And then Michael Van Buren, who Arkansas beat last year at Mississippi State, ends up with a win over the Razorbacks too. So that's a lot of backup quarterbacks, Matt.
Ooh, man, it's we're a farm club. We're a AAA ball club. That's it. That's where there's Sacramento Queens. Where the Oakland A's playing right now? They're aren't they in Sacramento at a triple? That's just we're a AAA ball club. That's just kind of
the Rockies.
Like I said, I a few weeks ago when you can see it. You know, if I didn't have this job, in which I'm very thankful to have this job, I wouldn't have watched that game on Saturday. I don't like watching bad football.
Yeah, it was bad football both ways, too.
Both sides didn't want to be there. It was,
Fans didn't want to be there. We heard people at halftime that were at the game even saying, you know what, I guess I'll stick around because this looks like it might be a close one. So they just showed up for the weather.
Did the parents even want to be there?
Well, you know who did want to be there? Our radio booth is 2 doors down from the head coach's suite at Tiger Stadium, and Frank Wilson's family filled that thing up. So they were pretty fired up about it, and Wilson seemed to be pretty excited about coaching a win for his LSU team. 877-377-6963, the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Here is Charlie, the tuna. Good morning or afternoon, Charlie. What's going on?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Great, thanks.
Well, Matt, I'm with you, man. It's just it's embarrassing at this point. I mean, I've kind of held back from it. You know, I think every game I turn on, Phil, I'm going to see the same thing. So I watched the game. When we got up 14, I watched the beginning of this game. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I saw the first part. I'm like, we're up 14-0. Blah, blah, blah. And I look over, one of my buddies is watching the game, and I said, okay, here we go. They're fixing to Arkansas. And I listen, guys, when you expect the team to fail, that's when it's bad. And then they started doing the things that they do. And look, LSU took advantage of it and all that. But yeah, it was bad football both ways. It was an ugly game. You know, when you start watching these games and you're like, whichever team can make the least amount of mistakes is going to win. Well, Arkansas continues to be the team that makes more mistakes than the other team. I think back to the Mississippi State game, the Auburn game. They can't get out of their own way. And Phil, you're right. They can put up all these yards, but at the end of the day, situational football is really important. Red zone offense, turnovers, same on defense. Like people, you know, we can glamour about how many yards they're putting up, and that's great. Congratulations. You still got to score touchdowns, and you still got to you can't turn the ball over. And that's the thing is I wanted it to work out with Bobby. I did, but at this point, like, it's not. And it's just the truth. And also, guys, I mean, how many times have they put the ball on the ground this year? Because last year it was like the record-breaking 30-plus times, right? This year, you know, maybe not as many fumbles, but they're still turning the ball over consistently over and over. And this
ball
is
on the
his
ground
offense.
12 times. You're right. It was over 30 last year, but it's 12 fumbles, and man, a lot of these have come at the wrong place on the field, at the goal line, right next to the red zone. and so much. Like, you can point to the idea of look, we can move the ball up and down the field, but unless you get it in the end zone and hold on to the ball, none of that matters. That's what I mean about these rankings. The rankings of total offense, the rankings of rushed offense, the rankings of all of that have nothing to do right now with where Arkansas is and why they are where they are. It's because of the turnovers. It's because of how often they turn the ball over offensively. That's on the offense. You want to look at the rankings of that? The rankings of turning the ball over would be Arkansas has turned it over more times than any other team in the SEC. That's offensive rankings. And that's the offensive ranking that actually matters more for a team that is 2-8.
Yeah, and points per game. Points per game. You think about yards, and when you turn the ball over and you don't take it away, turnovers matter. You can give up yards on defense. You got to take the ball away. You got to hold people to 3, and then you got to try to score 7. Situational football matters as much as anything in today's game. And I think at the end of the day, what is going to happen, we got to get we're going to probably wind up with a young guy. And I think it needs to be a young offensive mind that, right now, nobody's going to be happy with it at this point. But, I think that's what we need, and hopefully we can get some people behind them. Matt, any concerns for you? For me, not at all. I think it's still early with the basketball team. Still got a lot to figure out. And then the girls, Phil, I was proud of the way they fought yesterday. Tough road test, but, they'll get better. Long season. Y'all have a good one.
I just hope it's not too long of a season, Charlie. Thank you.
I want to see this team make the extra pass a little bit more, with the guards. I know our guards can score, but make sure we facilitate a little bit. That would be the only thing that and I think DJ does that, the older guard, but the two young guards, they're score first guys. Like just and I know they're super talented, but just facilitate a little more.
Here's Doug in Paris. Hey, Doug, thanks for calling. What's up?
Hey, guys, I just got one question. I'm a first-time caller. My problem with the thing is, why can't we wear a regular uniform? I mean, why not a red helmet, red jerseys, white pants, or white jerseys, white pants, and a red helmet? That's the way it's been forever. I'm 80 years old, and I could flip on the TV anytime, and I knew the Hogs were playing because I could tell by the uniform. You flip it on Alabama's playing, you know it's Alabama. But you flip Arkansas on now, and you're not sure if it's, Western Montana or somebody like that.
Doug, appreciate you, man. I remember when they came out, I thought, wow, they kind of look like the Arizona Cardinals today. Do you worry about what the uniforms look like too much, Matt? I know fans, you're watching it on TV, so it's your eyes.
Go ahead,
I was going to say not this year. No. I mean, winning football games has been at the forefront of my mind, and none of it's happened. And I mean, we've tried every uniform combination this year, and it hadn't worked. So
cardinal and white, that's the colors. So as long as that's your colors, I don't care what order you want to put them in, but those are the colors. No gray, no anthracite, whatever that was. But we're red and white. We're cardinal and white. That's our colors.
Yeah, as a spotter, I was interested in them having big, bold numbers, and they did have big, bold, white numbers, so it was not too difficult to tell who was out there. But, Doug, I appreciate where you're coming from. Some people just didn't like the way that looked.
And it'll help them win, and just help me realize it's the Hogs. It looks like the Hogs.
Maybe they don't want anybody to know.
Doug, appreciate.
And by the way, Matt, I appreciate everything you've done for the University of Arkansas. I really appreciate your effort. In baseball, can't wait. Not because of the way football is, or I'm not interested in basketball, but man, I love Arkansas baseball. I appreciate you guys. Thanks.
You and me both, Doug. Appreciate your phone call very much. You can get with us on 3 Up, 3 Down with the Lewis Automotive Hotline, 877-377-6963. Get over to Crabtree RV Center in Alma. They'll make you feel good about the adventures that you've always had stuck in the back of your mind, and you're ready to make them a reality for you and your family. They've been doing it at Crabtree RV for the River Valley in Northwest Arkansas for 75 years and counting. You'll get the best RV purchasing experience every time. They feature personalized financing, top-of-the-line parts and service department right there on site at the junction of I-40 and I-49 is Crabtree RV, making your dreams come true at crabtreerv.com. 3 up, 3 down. Dr. Charlie Liggett joins halftime after this.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
A blockbuster, earthquaking type of news story.
Sean Calipari to Arkansas. Arkansas has landed themselves, the biggest brand coach in all of college athletics.
I think Cal will win at Arkansas.
They are more or less the center of the college basketball world.
That's a top 10 team under John Calipari.
Listen to every Razorback basketball game right here. ESPN 95.3.
What a move by Big Z!
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One has a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
They say you can't have it all, but with Taco Bell's $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings boxes, you can have all you want. So, will you choose the eternally beloved $5 box, the extra elegance in the $7 box, or will you go full Fuego with the $9 box? Now with the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito, the only wrong choice is not to choose. So, pick your $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings box today, only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
This is Northside head basketball coach Cody Wilmath. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Hi, this is Ricky Smith, head basketball coach for the Northside Lady Bears. I dial 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Football and fall, what a great time of the year. It's also a great time to take advantage of York Factory rebates on high-efficiency HVAC products. Give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Hey Razorback fans, basketball season is here, and it's also movie season. The perfect time to level up your living room at Sofa City. Check out their immersive home entertainment furniture, top grain leather, zero gravity power recliners with power headsets, lumbar support, heat, air massage, surround sound, and even optional vibration. You won't just watch the game, you'll feel every buzzer beater in Blockbuster. And right now, Black Friday deals are in full swing at Sofa City. Get a $50 recliner when you buy the matching sofa and love seat for just $9.98. That's a full living room set plus a recliner at an incredible price. At Sofa City, it's all in stock so you can buy it today and enjoy it tonight. With financing options available for every budget. And you'll love their no-pressure showroom. Just friendly folks ready to help you find your comfort zone. So whether it's watching the Hogs or a movie night at home, don't just watch it, experience it. Visit Sofa City in Fort Smith, Russellville, Harrison, and Mountain Home. And see more Black Friday savings at SofaCityUSA.com.
It's football season, and that means tailgate parties and gathering with friends. River Point Wine and Spirits has all your favorite party supplies. You'll love our clean, organized store full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
Are you a realtor looking for the right team to grow your career? Join the Lindbergh Real Estate Group, the #1 real estate team in Arkansas. Lindbergh provides you with everything you need to succeed. Access to a database of over 80,000 leads, full training and support, professional marketing and social media content, all handled for you. Plus health insurance, a stock purchase plan, and revenue share opportunities. If you're ready to grow your business with the best, apply today at LindberghTeam.com. That's LindberghTeam.com, where realtors go to win.
The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
He was a monster
Find halftime on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith and the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Join the conversation. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to the hosts. Here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right, looks like our Lewis Automotive Hotline has the one and only Dr. Charlie Liggett from River Valley Smile Center with us today. It's time on a Monday for 3 Up, 3 Down.
It's time for 3 Up, 3 Down. Presented by River Valley Smile Center with Dr. Charles Liggett.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
What does 3 up and 3 down mean to you, Airman?
End of an inning, strike 3.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is. My brain's a little messed up after a bunch of travel over the weekend. Had the women's basketball game in Lubbock last night and didn't make it home until about 11, a little after 11 in the evening. So I got a little bit of a scrambled brain today, but I guess it's no different than any other day. What's your brain like today, Charles?
I had a better Sunday than I did Saturday, that's for sure.
Yeah, your Dolphins have turned it on a little bit, haven't they?
Man, hey, I'm just happy they're winning. Let's see how this season ends up, but it's a lot better than we got back home, I guess.
All right, I got my first up here, and it is to the one that they call Mount Washington, the giant behemoth Pittsburgh Steelers tight end Darnell Washington, 6'7". He's of 300 pounds. Did you see this play that he made?
I did.
This is, I don't know if I've seen some, but those aren't breaking tackles, Matt. How would you describe
He looked
those?
like a Zamboni going down the lane.
That's right. But he's not melting ice. He's melting linebackers and safeties at the same time. I don't know if I've ever seen, it wasn't stiff arms. I mean, he's just basically punching these dudes out of the way.
It'd be like Dalton from Roadhouse. Yeah, he's just throat punching everybody.
It's the guy's frightening. They were thinking about making him a tackle. And
it reminds me of Jason Peters a lot. Watching that one play, I've seen Jason Peters do that for the because he's bigger than everybody else, and you're like, well, he's not supposed to be that fast, or he's not supposed to have eye-hand coordination, and he does, and you're just like, oh, kind of like the big homie we saw play from North Carolina State, played basketball a couple years ago. You know, he's a look. You're like, whoa, kind of looks odd.
I just wonder, because defensive players, Matt, is there anybody in the world more aggressive or the ability to control aggression than a defender, a good defensive player in the NFL? I wonder what they're thinking when they see this guy coming at him with a head of steam. What are you thinking? How do you make a tackle on him?
What were they thinking when they saw Eddie Lacy? This dude looks like he ate Eddie Lacy.
Oh, no. Gosh, oh, man, I don't even know what it's like to make a tackle. And I'm watching that thinking, ouch, it hurts just to watch on television. First down, turnovers. I mean, what else are you going to go with here? Arkansas leads the SEC in turnovers. They are 14th worst in the nation in turnovers with 18. And then even yesterday, Matt, why did Arkansas women's basketball lose to Texas Tech? 19 turnovers, including 13 of them in the first half. And that proved to be their undoing. So, hey, I will say this. I do love, Charlie, you know this, there isn't such thing as a turnover in baseball. We don't have that in that incredible sport. So that's another reason I'll be looking forward to February, my friend. Don't have to say the word turnover on a baseball broadcast. That's right.
All right, my first up goes to the boxing match that we didn't know we needed. Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul are going to fight. Do you guys think this is staged at all, or do you think this is a real heavyweight boxing match.
Isn't he 6'7"?
Did you see Anthony Joshua fight Klitschko in like 2017 or whatever it was? It was one of the best heavyweight matches I'd seen in so long, and I really thought that heavyweight boxing was kind of making its comeback around that point. Anthony Joshua was a beast.
I agree. I just wonder what you guys. Is it a gimmick? Is it? Do you think it's a real? Yeah, you think it's a little gimmicky? Yeah. Anyways, they're gonna
this is actually. Isn't that actually going to be a real sanctioned fight and not just an exhibition?
That I didn't even know this fight was happening.
Would it be sanctioned like when Floyd Mayweather fought Conor McGregor, like that type of sanctioned? I guess.
I don't know. I just read a little excerpt about it this morning, and I read something.
Here you go. I got the article up on ESPN. It's on Netflix. It's on December 19th. 8 3-minute rounds, 10-ounce gloves, which is the standard for heavyweight fights, and it's not an exhibition. This
they're not going to wear a headgear.
This is a sanctioned professional boxing match.
Yeah.
There you go. So, I mean, is it gimmicky? Yes. I feel like anything involving Jake Paul has some gimmick, attached to it. But this also comes across as maybe, the guy who's closest to actually being, close enough to his career that it will be like a real boxing match. Who did he beat the last time out? Was it Cesar Chavez's son?
Oh.
And then the guy's deported to Mexico, I think, the next week.
Well, Anthony Joshua, he's not that old. He's just like mid-30s, isn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah, but he hasn't fought like
36
at that level in a while.
Okay.
But yeah, he's 36 is young enough. Uh-oh.
Joshua was stopped in the 5th round of his last fight, which was September of 2024. So it'll be over a year since his last fight.
Yeah.
Still, the guy's, I think, pretty sure 6'7", and Paul's 12-1 with 7 knockouts. It's on Netflix. I don't know what I'm doing on December the 19th, so who knows? Maybe I'll throw that on just to say.
Fair enough. My first down goes to injuries. Michael Penix Jr. season-ending surgery. The Falcons were 3-7, but I like that dude. I think he's got a bright future if he can stay healthy.
All right, Charles, you're up.
Okay, my first up goes to Deuce Theroux. Got his first NBA points in his debut, and I thought it was pretty cool. After the game, there's some kind of confusion getting the game ball, and he couldn't get a game ball after they wouldn't give it to him or whatever. So Giannis goes over there and gets the game ball for him. So it's pretty cool that the opposing team comes over and gets you your souvenir or your memento from your biggest points of your career, probably.
Well, good
but
for that's cool when the other players respect the other players too, especially the young ones coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, with the Lakers, if Adu sticks around, they got Adu and Nick Smith and Austin Reeves, so they got lots of Arkansas connections there in LA, so kind of cool. And so for my first down, I'm going to give it to a question. Is it the end of the Chiefs era? I mean, they're 9 straight division titles. I mean, they're 5-5 now, 3.5 games back at Denver, and I don't know. They don't have the head-to-head. They lost the head-to-head against the Broncos and the Chargers, so maybe coming to a close.
Yeah,
what do you guys think?
I was wondering about that myself. If this is just a blip, in what's been an amazing run, or if it's the sign that the amazing run is coming to an end. And I think it may be slowing down. I think Kelsey's age is one reason why.
Mm-hmm.
I think the jury might be out a little bit on it, but look, if you have your string of 9 or 10 division championships in a row, looks like it's obviously coming to an end here. I think it'll be tough to get the motor started back up again. Yeah, I hope it's the end of it. Everybody in the AFC West will hope it's the end of it too. But the Patriots owned their division for all those years. They had about a 4 or 5 year hiatus, 6 year hiatus, and now they're back atop it. Different coach though, so a different thing. All right, I got a second up. Second up goes to Lane Kiffin for trolling the Ole Miss fans like he is. This is really something to watch, that Ole Miss is in the playoff. They're in the playoff. They've got one game left that they could lose, and that's not going to happen against Mississippi State. And yet he gets asked about the atmosphere. They have this great historic crowd for their for this past weekend, and he comments on, well, that was great, but did you see last week against the Citadel? Won't comment at all about whether or not he's going to be the coach at Ole Miss next year. Not like, you expect him to say whether or not he will, unless there's a contract extension signed. And it is kind of amazing to see Ole Miss having this tremendous season with this really terrific team. They're on their way to the playoff, but they are all tied up in knots over what's going to happen over the next 3 weeks, over the next month, over the next 2 months. And it isn't even just about the play on the field. It's about Lane, and it's about whether or not he's headed to Florida or maybe LSU. And it's like you can't even really, if you're an Ole Miss fan, enjoy this sort of run that they're on. So good for you, Lane Kiffin. Second down goes for me because I don't want to blame TSA for all of my radio equipment literally falling out of its Pelican case as it came on the baggage claim at the Lubbock airport late Saturday night. I didn't want to blame TSA for that. I wanted to blame myself for not packing the thing in a very specific way, or maybe even putting instructions in the box about where things are supposed to go. But I would at least hope that the folks at TSA would relatch the box so that it wouldn't come out on the baggage claim open. That's all I'm asking. But I'm going to give myself the down, Matt, because I don't want to blame the federal employees for that one.
Good karma coming your way. Good, yeah. It's always weird when that happens. My second up goes to some baseball awards. I think this is our first show since the awards came out. It's just astonishing. It really is. It's amazing when you hear these numbers. Aaron Judge wins his third AL MVP, and then Ohtani with his fourth unanimous. I mean, it's cool to see greatness and to see people that are really good at their craft, and those two cats right there are amazing at what they do. And then my second down goes to the saga, because we always need a saga. That's Antonio Brown, and you just you're kind of watching it from afar and just like a slow moving car crash, but. He was one of my favorite receivers in the history ever of watching NFL receivers. He was so talented. Hopefully he can figure it out.
So Phil, with him playing in Pittsburgh, did you realize something was going on, or did that all happen later in his career?
The way he went out in Pittsburgh made you wonder if something was going on, but I think it was more, his time with was it the Bucs? When they trade him to the Raiders, and he doesn't even play a game for Oakland because he gets in a fight with the general managers. The kind of things that are going on, and I don't even know all the stuff that he's gotten involved in. I think this was an aggravated assault or an attempted murder of some sort. I don't remember all
I think it was attempted murder, but I don't know the specifics though.
Goodness gracious. No, I would not have thought that would have happened for the guy that truthfully. When he first came into the Steelers and turned into the star that he became, he was the happy-go-lucky guy that everybody loved. Always. And they'll always I don't know what it's like to get hit like that, but they'll point to the hit that Vontaze Burfict gave him in a I remember if it was a playoff game or late in the season, and it's one of the most vicious head hits I've ever seen. And I don't know. Can you point to that to when things changed? Because it's not the same guy that I remember at least watching from afar as a fan. I hate seeing it.
All right, so I'll stick with the my turn.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll stick with the theme of troll because the Bears had a great one. They beat the Vikings, and on Twitter, their meme, whenever you clicked on it, showed that the Vikings were wearing their game blouses. Like if you remember from the Chappelle Show sketch a long time ago, Rick James was talking about Prince playing, it was shirts versus blouses, and they had on their game blouses. So I thought that was pretty slick.
Don't mention Prince on this show, otherwise, C-Unit doesn't like him.
Dave Chappelle's
he's just mid. And my set down is going to go to the bully cop at the A&M South Carolina game. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, it looked like he give a little elbow and then turning into
shoulder.
Was it Sellers? I forget who it was that he got. Harbor, that's his name. Nick Harbor was the player that he got kind of crossed up with.
Yeah, right after that 80-yard touchdown, he just shoulder checks him. I mean, when you rewatch it, and I'll rewatch it several times, I mean, it looks like he just throws his shoulder into him and then turns around and gets mad, starts yelling at the players, say, "Get back on the field." And so I heard that he was sent home after that, but I don't know. But the main down goes to South Carolina blowing a 30-3 lead. Goodness.
Yeah, I was going to go with an up for Texas A&M for that comeback.
Yeah.
And like I saw the score at halftime. It says they're down 27, and I'm thinking to myself, that's a team I think that could come back from a game where they, played miserably in the first half. I didn't make any predictions about it, but I thought that it could happen. And did you see Beamer at the end of the first half? He's going to the locker room. Almost looked like if you didn't know it was halftime, you'd thought he was celebrating a win.
Thought he won the game, yeah.
Yeah, just exhorting the fans. He's jumping up and down. He's waving his arms all over the place. And instead of running right into the locker room with his head down, he was celebrating a win before the second half even started. It was kind of amazing. So that's my third up is to A&M for that giant comeback. They are the best team in the SEC. I don't think there's any two ways about that right now. Third down, let's just play this soundbite coming from Bobby Petrino's presser that started 33 minutes ago.
It feels like it's harder. I think it feels like it's harder because you're so disappointed after the game and after the loss. And, I told the guys last night how proud I am of them by their attitude and being good teammates and sticking together. And there's no reason to stop now. We might as well continue what we're doing and continue competing hard. And it's kind of a really weird anomaly, I guess you would say, that we do this deal where offensive, defensive team wins. 4 of those games should have been wins from that sheet, and then they're not, but that's an outlier. Every one of them's an outlier. So it's like, what the heck? So I don't know. We just keep battling away.
There's Coach Petrino saying it feels like it's harder to keep everyone together. And then the psyche, the hit to the psyche over and over again, where you walk away every single game and you got to think, you know what? He's pointing to these, offensive and defensive win percentage numbers, which basically is like, well, if you have this kind of performance on offense, you should win a game. You have this sort of performance on defense, you should win a game. That's happened about 5 to 6 times during this 8-game losing streak, and still haven't been able to pull off the win that the percentages tell you you're supposed to have. So here's the coach who's, kind of kept the team to a place where they're still playing hard, and he's saying it's difficult to keep everyone together, which makes me wonder what these next 2 games look like. So go for it, Matt.
In the words of Hugh Freeze, man, we play that game 10 times, we'd have beat them 9.
And he was right about that, too, because you got to win against them next year.
We'll make those numbers say whatever we need them to make them say to make us feel better about it. That's for sure. What we're seeing is 0-8. There's no numbers that say anything. I don't know. My third up goes to Norway. Edwin Halling, he's the Norwegian Terrell Owens, and he scored a brace. They're making it to the World Cup first time since '98.
What's a brace?
Two scores.
2, okay.
And my third down goes to Italy because that's who they beat 4-1.
All right, now Unit had a down of his own, and he wanted to know why Nico Harrison was at the Arkansas basketball game on Friday. Unit is our resident Mavs fan who openly celebrated on the air when Harrison was relieved of his duties. You saw the photo of him there with Johnny Tyson, but it's just taking in a basketball game, Christian. What's wrong with that?
Man, in my wildest nightmares, I would never thought he'd be at Bud Walton. I saw that picture right after the Arkansas football game, and that just...
Well, don't worry, Christian. The general manager position at Arkansas Athletics is already taken, so I don't think they're bringing in Nico for that.
I don't think anybody knows why he was there.
Well, just to watch a basketball game. That's it. It's got to be it. What else is he going to be doing these days? Doc, always appreciate having you on here on Halftime and the work you guys do at River Valley Smile Center. Tell me what happens with a full arch implant fixed hybrid. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so it's a really neat procedure that we've been doing. There's not a lot of places around that you can go to get this all done, and we've kind of been specializing in it lately. And it's kind of a newer technology. We have all the newest technology, 3D printers, and all the scanners that it takes to get it done. It's the way that you can make your teeth look so natural, and they're not like traditional dentures where they come in and out. They're screwed into the implants, so they're in there for good. And so it's more like a bridge that goes all the way across, if you can think of it that way. But they look great, they feel great. Just about the best option out there for you if you're thinking about getting dentures or replacing missing teeth. It's definitely the way to go.
That's great. 479-646-0706, rivervalleysmiles.com to learn more about full arch implants, fixed hybrid, or any of the other procedures that River Valley Smile Center can help you out with. Of course, regular dental health as well, checkups, and anything you need at River Valley Smile Center. Doc, go ahead and take us home.
Come see us at River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family. Go Hogs!
Back in a moment. This is Halftime.
Some of you'll be mad and sad, but do what we need you to do.
This is Halftime.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Go all in on luxury with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. There's the $5 box, indulgent. The $7 box, extravagant. And the $9 box, indescribable with the new steak and poblano rolled quesadilla. It's Lux. For less. Choose your $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings box, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to MyBookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No jobs too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
A friend of mine in the apple pie and the sharpshooter. I'm in the overtime like it's sharpshooter. I feel like I'm intruding. She's a friend of mine in the alibi in the getaway car in overdrive like it's sharpshooter. I like the way you're moving. She's a real life. Wow, what's she talking about?
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at Hit That Line AR and on Facebook and Instagram at Hit That Line. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
How far do you think Alabama's going to fall in these playoff rankings, Matt, with Oklahoma's huge win? Move Oklahoma into the top 10. They were on the outside looking in on the last playoff bracket, ranked 11th by the committee, but of course, Group of 5, ACC gets in. Huge statement by OU. Maybe no bigger win in the SEC so far this year.
Oklahoma's been in the SEC for 2 years. They're 2-0 against Alabama.
What's Texas's record against Georgia during that time?
Oh, wasn't it water bottle gate last year? That they were all thrown
0-3, I think.
Oh, they're 0-3.
Yeah, there was an SEC championship game thrown in there too. That's right. That's exactly right. 35-10. Georgia put 21 points on them in the fourth quarter to none for the Longhorns. 119 yards for Georgia, just 64 for the Longhorns. Just kind of pull away in a game that Texas thought they might have had there. That's the thing about Georgia. You think you got them down, and that's a team that just blows you out in the second half. They're done with their SEC schedule too. So,
does Georgia keep Georgia Tech? We talked. I know, Phil. We talked a little bit about this, but if you're in the SEC and you're going to play a 9-game schedule, why would you ever play anybody but a powder, a cream puff type of team?
I mean, it's a legitimate question, but it's also
because they can give them that third loss. If you're going down through it, it gives you that third loss. I mean, that's
How long have they been playing that game? Because the same question would go to South Carolina playing Clemson. Same thing would go to Kentucky playing Louisville. These are annual rivalry games that get played every single year. You still have to play another Power 5 team. That's a rule in the SEC. So you got to get it out of the way. And, if you're Georgia, look, I mean, Georgia Tech's having a good season, but I wouldn't put that necessarily on the same level as, like Carolina playing Clemson every year. Although this year it's a different situation with the way Clemson's done it. But it's a legitimate question. But that also always means, because that game is always Thanksgiving week, that Georgia is finished with their SEC schedule with 2 weeks to go. I guess that would change next year because they would throw out the Charlotte game, one of the Group of 5 opponents, and maybe have another league opponent that second to last week. I also think, for scheduling purposes, I would like to see a rule of you got to get your Jamboree game out of the way in the month of September. And it's like, do it the first week, second week, third week, whatever. Get it over with. There is no reason to have Alabama playing Eastern Illinois or Mercer or whoever it is every year before the Iron Bowl. This isn't a matter, we got to make sure these teams are rested and healthy so we have a great Iron Bowl. Give me a break. Give me a break. There's no purpose at all. It's the same thing as Kentucky playing Tennessee Tech last week. It's nothing to do with Kentucky. Who cares about that? And Tennessee Tech, they're trying to win their level. They're trying to win. They were 10-0, OVC Big South Championship, and then all of a sudden they got to play some SEC team that they had no chance against. Let's get these things out of the way. If you're going to play them, treat them like what they are, which is an exhibition. But the stats will always still count too, Matt. And, that's one of the things we get into occasionally. 877-377-6963 is our Lewis Automotive hotline. And David wants Nico away from the basketball program, too. He wants it away from the basketball program. The guy just went to watch one game. It's not like he's going to be around for the next game. He won't be at the United Center for Duke. Nico's not going to be at Bud Walton for the Louisville game. If it's a one-off game, Christian, just don't worry about it too much. If he's at the next game,
I don't think he should be around a basketball
then maybe
arena.
You got a problem.
I don't think he should be around basketball, period. You trade.
Just want some banned from the sport for a bad trade.
The worst trade ever. It's not a bad. It's the worst trade in sports
Fair
history.
enough. I think the way it goes, I like it.
I think he's just trying to get a job as a
consultant.
Anything, yeah. Who's going to want to hire a guy that did that? I wouldn't.
There you go. Christian's got it all figured out for Nico's future, or at least I guess any other basketball team's future. Back in a moment. We'll wrap up hour number 2. This is Halftime.
You can't lead the club in the tub.
This is Halftime.
90 years. That's how long the Hug family has been a part of this town. Through dust bowls, downturns, and drive-thrus, we've been right here, selling trucks to grandfathers and now their grandkids. Because it isn't just about cars. It's about connection. We're proud to still be your local GM dealership after all these years. Hug Chevrolet GMC, since the beginning, still right here.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. If you're going to do some cold water bass fishing, you need to be using the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. It's the best lure for duplicating a small school of shad and can be worked from the top of the water column to the bottom. Whether you're trying to win a bass tournament or whoop up on a bunch of white bass and stripers, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. will catch them. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
At Hardee's, every Tuesday is now Tender Bender Tuesday. Right now, download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards. Buy 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders, get 3 free. It's Tender Bender BOGO every Tuesday now through June 2026. This Tuesday, get 3 tenders, free. Next Tuesday, get them free. The Tuesday after that, you guessed it, free. Buy 3 tenders, get 3 free. Another great benefit for My Rewards members, only at Hardee's. Registration and app required. Available for limited time at participating restaurants. See app for terms.
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service, semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all. DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Color
ColorWorks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Herod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. ColorWorks is located at 1206 Fort Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
Looking for a gift that's full of flavor and hometown pride? Then the House of Webster in Rogers, Arkansas has you covered. Our jams, jellies, preserves, and salsa gift packs are made right here in Rogers, perfect for family, friends, or anyone who loves great taste. Stop by our gift shop at 1013 North 2nd Street in Rogers, or shop online at houseofwebster.com. Got family in other states? We'll ship it for you. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
When you're calling, ain't calling back to you. I'll be side-staying, mouthing the lines for you. Humiliated by age, terrified of youth. I got hope, but my hope isn't helping you.
Back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
At that point in No Shave November, Matt, that I really want to clip my hair. It's getting uncomfortable. I don't know how you do it with the hair extending past your face like it does. Makes me feel just really, really weirder than usual. But I'm going through it for No Shave November, raising awareness and funds for the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation. Go to arprostatecancer.org and you can donate right there. You can find my socials, and I got a lot of it right there for you, too. That's another reason I'm looking forward to the end of the month, Matt. That way I can finally clip my hair to where it needs to be.
Though, man. I think you should let it go for another month.
I love it when you lie to me.
Oh,
Matt, though,
man.
won't lie to you about what you can do at Sawyer's.
That's right. They won't lie to you either, because if you have an estimate on any products Sawyer supplies and you were shocked by the price, you should go ahead and just call Sawyer's, because they have been making quality, affordable products since 1990. They're locally owned and operated, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas. Sunrooms, patio covers, driveways, and windows. They got it going on. No job too small or large. Lifetime products and warranties, quality workmanship. Go visit them online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
You know, we got to see if Buzz can do this. If he could build some sort of like an outdoor patio radio studio for halftime at some point. Wouldn't that be fun? Day like this. I feel so frustrated watching Arkansas football up close lose these games that I've been watching them lose as the pregame host and spotting for Chuck. It's just frustrating. And then yesterday's loss for the women's team, while it was a nice, valiant effort, especially in the second half, it's still a loss. And you know what I'd like to? It's a beautiful day outside my home studio today, Matt. I would love to do the show outdoors. Maybe Buzz can find a way to build an outdoor patio radio studio, and he'd be the first one to do it.
Man, that's who I'd call first. I'd call Buzz over there. I bet he'll figure it out.
That'd be great. We could just kick up back there, leaving C-Unit by himself in the studio, all alone. How would he handle that, man? That would just be a very lonely existence for the unit. But then again, he wouldn't have to worry about anybody walking through strawberry vape clouds.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No, it wouldn't. Because at some point, we'll get out on the road again. There'll be a halftime on location somewhere at some point, which I think, we don't have another one until
December 3rd.
December 3rd, that's right. December 3rd, halftime will be live at Rally House. So that's the next time you're all by yourself, Christian. Unless there's an outdoor gazebo radio studio built by Sawyer's at some point that we can get installed within the next 3 weeks. And they work really quickly. I'm just not sure if they work quite that quickly. All right, we'll come into hour number 3 of halftime after the top of the hour break. Connor O'Gara from Saturday Down South to join. We'll look around the SEC with 2 weeks left, and a crazy college football season is about to be turned on its head with the championship games, with the coaching searches coming to a conclusion, opening up other coaching searches, and then other coaching searches upon that. The domino effect is going to be something else. And then you get your bowl season, your playoff games, you get your portal. I mean, if you thought that the season was crazy, wait until the offseason, because it's going to be even wilder. Third hour of halftime starts after this break.
Are you tired of bulky, embarrassing dentures? At River Valley Smile Center, we offer fixed hybrid dentures, a permanent solution that looks and feels more natural than traditional dentures. They're secure, comfortable, and never come out. Most procedures can be completed right here in our office with sedation. No need for referrals. With state-of-the-art facilities, advanced techniques, and digital workflow, we provide the best possible outcomes. Financing is also available. Call us at River Valley Smile Center today at 479-646-0706 or visit us at rivervalleysmiles.com.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them. Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most. To find your local agent, visit shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call your shelter insurance agent, Ryan Hughes, in Fort Smith.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Are you an electrician that's looking for a smaller, non-corporate job? Well, I'm here in studio with Sloan Walker of Sloan Electric. Sloan, what do you currently have open?
2 journeyman spots open and a 4th-year apprentice. If you have 1 to 2 years experience with those, you'd be a great fit for my company. We do residential, commercial, and industrial installs. Normal working hours are 8 to 4:30, so you can focus on your home life outside of your career. Best way to get in contact with me is just give me a phone call or text at 479-461-4302. Sloan Electric. We can power up together.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, chance of seeing some isolated showers and thunderstorms. Our high temperatures today will be right around the low 60s north, right around 70 south. Chance of seeing some showers and storms tonight. The overnight low will drop down in the upper 50s to low 60s. Sunny skies, upper 70s on Tuesday. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX Paris Fort Smith. You're listening to ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. What can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my heart, dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
One Razorback. It's vintage Matt Jones. The Cinderella story is over, man. Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt
Back into hour 3, 1:01 in the afternoon. Welcome back in. It's halftime on a Monday on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. I'm Phil Elson with Matt Jones. Christian Johnston is producing. Lewis Automotive Group hotline open in this segment before we get Saturday Down South's Connor O'Gara. Calls or texts at 877-377-6963. Just looking at Bobby Petrino's press conference and some of the notes from it that I see on social media. Braylon Russell was out because of a concussion that he suffered at practice last week. He ran into a fullback. That's twice in the last, I think, 3 weeks that an Arkansas player has suffered a concussion at practice. I think the same thing happened to Cam Ball, which would have been 3 weeks ago, and he's been back, but no word on whether or not Braylon will be ready or available for Saturday's game.
With Braylon Russell, we would have won that game.
The fullback did slip. You know, they did slip on that. You call a short pitch on 4th and 1. I don't understand that. What you're making your running back's eyes go off where he's trying to. Everything happens so much quicker. On that, you have your receiver stop its route. That's an intercept. I mean, we beat ourselves, is what I'm saying. Like when you go back and watch that tape, it'll make you'll hurt because we left 20. We left 20 points out there.
The pitch, they did a pitch on the very next drive and executed it.
It was probably the running back's fault, huh? Because
I don't know.
It was one of their fault because the running back had his inside arm up as what you're supposed to do on a handoff. But when you're doing that, you're able to keep your eyes where you're going because he's setting it in your belly. When it's a pitch, you have to look down at the ball because it's not going to be in the same spot. So he wasn't even looking at it.
It looked like they were in real close proximity to each other, much more so than you usually would have for a pitch. And it's the same thing even when they executed it on the next drive. It's just they didn't fumble it. I thought that was odd for pitching with them so close to each other. And the pass offense right now just isn't where it had been at all. You are sub 200 yards passing 2 games in a row. And look, I mean, Omega has fallen off. This team, I think, misses having – now, it's been a while since he's been out there, but a Jaylen Brown, like you had brought up.
I think he was our most talented route runner. And, Omega's kind of a freak. His body, he's just a little bit – but, yeah, I thought he was our best inside the hashes if you're going to have him run his crossers. What Bobby likes to do, he's a guy that can beat man coverage, knows how to sit it down in the zone. He was just kind of a veteran-savvy receiver. It's a shame he got hurt, yeah.
Are you seeing regression from Taylor, Matt, in terms of just being a quarterback? Some of it is a little miscommunication with the wide receivers, but that also does that go on the quarterback too?
I think it's more of a world upon his shoulders type thing. I think he's just trying too hard, trying to make the play. I don't know that it's regression as much as and the book's out. That's the thing. You get into the next level and you have 3 or 4 games. Everybody can do well, and then the book gets on you. Well, what do you like to do? What does he not like? And other teams, they scout that. So when they see something or they see a situation that gives you trouble, man, they're going to try to put you in that situation too. And so other teams have the book on you. But I do, because they're close games. I just think it's maybe just pressing a little bit because he's still, man, that 2-point conversion play, he looked like Randall Cunningham.
Oh my goodness.
Like he's a joy to watch. I think he's feeling like, man, if I don't make the play, nobody will. And you can't. It's hard to play like that.
I wonder what he'd be like on a team that was more, just more talented, where he wouldn't feel like the world would be on his shoulders. Because there's still inaccuracy, and I don't know if that's a matter of his
lower
mechanics.
half too. Yeah. So didn't he have a knee injury? Like he had something. So that could be. When you start favoring one side, you kind of lose discipline in your drops and your footwork, and then that can cause you to be inaccurate. I don't know if that's the case, but I know that can be part of it.
Just know that Taylor's numbers against SEC teams this year are slightly worse than they were last year. Higher interception rate. Lower completion rate. This is against SEC teams. This also doesn't count the Notre Dame game, but it also doesn't count Arkansas State. It doesn't count our Alabama A&M or Memphis. This is just the SEC teams. His completion percentage rate this year, 62.4%. That's down about 1.4 percentage points from last season. Again, the interception rate is up. Yards per attempt is down from last year. And that's with what we expect is a better offensive line. It is a better offensive line. But, and we thought maybe a better complement of quarterbacks, maybe a bit of a deeper room. But, again, hasn't necessarily pulled itself off. Christian, we got a couple calls on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. I want to get to those in this segment because we got Connor O'Gara coming up in the next segment. So if you want to get on, now is the time. It's 877-377-6963 to get with us on the Lewis Automotive hotline. Also, Charlie Collins did travel with the team to Baton Rouge, but he didn't play either. So here's AJ in Fayetteville on our Lewis Automotive Group hotline. AJ, thanks for the phone call. What's going on?
Hey, Phil, thanks for taking my call. First off, just really enjoy your show. It's great commentary every day. I just had a couple of things about Bobby. I know, people say, well, he's not going to be coached, but we have seen improvement. I think he's a great coach. His passion and fire on the sidelines, I don't know, ever since he first came, just watching him, it inspires me. The way he acted at halftime with the officials, that's the kind of guy that I want on the sideline. I know he's been given kind of a bad hand, and I just feel like, I'm with a lot of the callers and people that think that I don't want to hire down. I guess that's my fear is that we would hire down. And looking at the list of candidates available after all of the SEC coaching changes and other coaching changes across the nation, I guess that's just my main thing is, getting somebody in here that can't perform on the level that Bobby could with a team that, during the off season, he could give his vision. You got a year here last year where in the off season, it was Sam Pittman's, voice that the players were listening to. It was their vision. It was their plan going into the year. Maybe if Bobby had that opportunity, it would be different or better. But anyway, I just wanted y'all to comment on that. And, again, enjoy your show. Thank you.
Thank you, AJ. Appreciate your phone call. That's been we've had a call like that about 2 or 3 times every week since Sam's firing, and Petrino took over as the interim coach. I don't really know where to go with it because I'm still at the place where he's coaching this team, and all the fire on the sidelines and all of the yelling into a microphone on the TV broadcast at halftime. That hasn't necessarily led itself to a place where it's equal to win. And fire on the sideline and all of that is great for firing people up and maybe firing the players up. But I'm also looking at a coach who's lost 12 consecutive Division I FBS games going back to 2019. So let's just say that, you hire Bobby Petrino. What are you getting? Are you getting 2019 Bobby Petrino, a team that literally lost every one of their last games after finishing with 2, after winning their first 2? Or are you getting 2008 Bobby Petrino coming into Arkansas and really being able to turn the thing around? Because that was a lot longer ago than 2019. And Matt, I wonder your opinion on this too.
No, he's fiery, man. I like it. I like his passion, but we can't sit here and say he's the only coach to have passion. I mean, to care about his players, you got to win one. There's a thing. Don't care about any of the stats. Don't care. And tell me how the stats say that, we should have won this game when you had 0 turnovers and turned the ball over on offense 3 times. I don't care. You're looking at the wrong metrics. Got to win a game if you want to stay around.
And those are players that Bobby, handpicked. His own assistants on the offensive side would have brought a lot of them to him, but he would have the say on who is handling the ball. And if we're talking about Taylen Green not really progressing as a quarterback very much in these 2 years, Bobby's the quarterback coach too. So you have to take these things all together. It's not just a matter of, the offense ranks this in total offense, and he won games when he was here the last time. So the farther we go down the line towards the end of the season and you get farther away from that last win, no, it does not feel like I still think he's a candidate, but is he one of the candidates that you're really zeroing in on, finalist necessarily? I'm not too sure. All right, we will break on halftime in a moment. Want to remind you first about Roback. Take advantage of Roback.com and take advantage of 20% off your first order by using the code RUSH25 at checkout. Upgrade your Razorback Game Day collection at Roback.com with custom-designed hoodies, polos, and Q-zips only for Razorback fans. It's at RHOBACK.com. Roback, it's where action meets comfort. We're going to talk with Connor O'Gara from Saturday Down South right after this break.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Go all in on luxury with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. There's the $5 box, indulgent. The $7 box, extravagant. And the $9 box, indescribable, with the new steak and poblano rolled quesadilla. It's Lux. For less. Choose your $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings box, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to mybookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's, where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mow Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mow Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowwash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
Watching the bubbles gather and all I can do is just boss up to two and speak my point of view, but it's not the same. It's not the same. I just want to say to me, I'll always be there you. You know I like to keep my cheeks dry today. So lay on me I don't understand why I sleep all day and I start to complain. There's no pain. And all I can do is read a book to stay away. It rinse my life away, it's a great escape.
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend, Matt Jones.
Oh, look at that. They took away the only night game at Razorback Stadium this year. It's no longer a night game. The Missouri game has been moved to 2:30 in 2 Saturdays. So 2:30 Saturday at Texas, 2:30 for the Battle Line rivalry against Missouri when the 2025 football season will mercifully come to a conclusion for the Arkansas Razorbacks. We have Connor O'Gara with us. He is the national senior columnist at Saturday Down South. And I didn't realize until I looked at your Twitter, too, here, Connor, that the Iron Bowl will be the only night game that year. Arkansas, Mizzou, I don't know if that necessarily needed to be under the lights.
No, it probably didn't. And, the fact that we're having the rivalry week game spread out over basically the course of 2 days in the SEC, I look forward to it. I love the fact that we basically get a full day of football again on Friday. I think Black Friday is the most underrated day on the college football calendar. And I like that we're only going to have one of these night games to close out. The Big Ten's been doing this for a while, and nobody really talks about it because it's just really, really cold this time of year, and you don't want to have night games in the Midwest. But I think it's actually a smart move, and for a game that all of a sudden has a lot of implications with Alabama suffering that second loss, I think it's going to be must-see TV. So I'm okay with that having kind of a standalone spotlight. And I realize that for Arkansas fans who were hoping for maybe just one home night game this year, that is a bit of a bummer.
Speaking of that Oklahoma-Alabama game, Connor, how did that one unfold? Were you surprised that Oklahoma is 2-0 since being in the SEC against Alabama? Were you surprised that Oklahoma was able to go into Tuscaloosa and come out with a dub?
Especially surprised. And considering that R. Mason Thomas, who is Oklahoma's best defensive player, wasn't even out there for this one, it made it that much more impressive for Brent Venables. I mean, no SEC team had won in Tuscaloosa since 2019, Joe Burrow. I mean, that's no small feat. Kalen DeBoer hadn't lost a home game as a head coach since he was at Fresno State in 2021. To do that against this Alabama team, which is flawed, is just no small feat. And I think Oklahoma has really shown a lot of people that they absolutely belong in the SEC in year two after just a disastrous offensive showing in year one. And they have enough offense, at least to be a team that can get into the college football playoff. And all of a sudden now, after winning at Neyland and after winning at Bryant-Denny, Oklahoma is sitting really, really pretty with a defense that is going to be brutal to play against for 60 minutes and a quarterback who is looking healthier than ever in John Mateer. So, yeah, I think that Oklahoma is especially dangerous right now, and going into Tuscaloosa and winning the way that they did is a sign that they're very much for real.
Well, they won that game with 3 takeaways and converting that into points. But it's like, look at the box score of the game, Connor, and you think, well, this mirrors a lot of the Arkansas games throughout this season. Outgain an opponent, the opponent only had one drive of over 50 yards for a score in Oklahoma. But turnovers proved to be a team's undoing when it comes to this sport. And nobody knows that any better right now than the Arkansas Razorbacks.
It's I'm preaching to the choir. I don't have to tell Arkansas fans how brutal it is to watch these fourth quarter turnovers, or just to watch what it looks like when you need that big third down conversion to have that big exhale moment, and you just can't get it, and you have to watch your quarterback inevitably just go down with a crushing sack or something like that. I mean, Alabama fans, I think it's kind of embracing for it, just because their run game struggles are very well documented, and Ty Simpson's been put in some tough spots, and he's been really good in a lot of those tough spots, but they've been playing with fire a little bit. But yeah, if you're unable to avoid those costly turnovers late in SEC games with the margin for error being so slim, I mean, it's going to come back to bite you.
Hey, Connor, before I ask you about Texas and Georgia, is USC quietly, are they under the radar? Are they going to make this playoff 12? What's your things out west? Because we don't get to see them play much, but all they've been doing is they have to beat Oregon this next week. They can make it. What do you think? You think they can beat Oregon?
I don't think they beat Oregon, but if they do, the possibility of Oklahoma hosting a Lincoln Riley-led USC team is very much on the table for the first round of the college football playoff, and I'd be so here for that. I mean, that is not that crazy. Like, if they are able to go into Eugene, which again, up until a certain program in Bloomington, Indiana, went in there and ended the nation's longest home winning streak. Like, up until then, they had all of the momentum in the world playing in Eugene. If USC goes in there and wins that game, I think that'll be the sign that, wow, okay, maybe Lincoln Riley does have a team that he actually believes in. Jaden Mayava is a quarterback that I think has kind of done exactly what's been asked of him, and Mekhi Lemon has been a stud for them in the passing game. So this is a USC team that if they get blown out at Oregon, we're just going to go back to saying exactly what we've been saying, which is, they're too soft. But winning at Iowa the way that they did, man, like that is no small feat. Like, there are teams that are unable to handle the physicality of Iowa, and USC has always been kind of the poster child for that. So the fact that they've won 3 in a row and have put themselves in this position, I think is a testament to the fact that Lincoln Riley still knows what he's doing. He just might not be in that tier 1 in college football.
And then I want to get your thoughts on Texas and Georgia. Texas out, and then Georgia. A lot of talk going into this week was Alabama. Everybody's like, Alabama's better than Georgia. I don't know. Would you have Georgia? How do you rate the SEC with Georgia and Bama right there? And is Texas? They're on the outside looking in.
Yeah, I mean, Texas would need chaos, and they'd probably need to beat an 11-0 Texas A&M team and decisively in the regular season finale in order to get into the college football playoff. Again, no 9-3 at-large team made the field last year, and that's the best Texas can do at this point. So, yeah, I mean, I think that if you're looking at Georgia and Alabama side by side or head-to-head, you're saying, well, give me Alabama because, that's Kirby Smart's boogeyman. But if you're just looking at the resumes objectively, I think Georgia's the scariest team in the country. I think what they've been able to do to get to this point, which is win all of these games by seizing momentum in the second half, and then now be at a place where they look like they're really rounding into form in November, to me, it just speaks to what this team is trying to build towards. They're trying to be the team that's peaking at the exact right time. Gunnar Stockton looks like one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, maybe even a Heisman Trophy finalist. And this is a defense that even without C.J. Allen, like, he gets hurt, and this is the whole second half of that game with a knee injury. They don't skip a beat, and they just do everything to frustrate Texas. So, yeah, I do think that Georgia right now is the scariest team to play, not just in the SEC, but in all of college football.
Where are you on coaching at Arkansas? We had a caller, about 20 minutes ago, make a case for Bobby Petrino. I've made plenty of cases to point out that I don't think that's the direction to go in, and it just seems to be Franklin isn't probably coming to Arkansas. It looks like either Virginia Tech or one of the other ACC programs, which I think fits for him. So when you're looking at Arkansas now, and you just try to be realistic about this, it's going to be a younger coach that's coming up from a Group of 5 program and maybe one of those American Conference coaches. That's sort of where I'm coalescing around now.
I think Alex Golesh, to me, that's been my guy from the jump. I think he still makes a lot of sense. I really do. I think Ryan Silverfield makes a lot of sense as well. I think if I'm Arkansas, I would be perfectly fine getting one of those two guys and realizing that this is a market that has a whole lot of big-time jobs available, and you might not necessarily make the splashiest hire, but that's okay. Make the right hire. Make the guy that's going to fit what you need right now. And there are a lot of coaches, I think, that could take on a rebuild, could understand that you have finances that are there in ways that a lot of programs right now are just searching to try and find that. And maybe there are some bigger names that kind of don't look at that job twice. Maybe John Summerall is a guy that doesn't look at the Arkansas job in the same way that he looks at some of these other vacancies, or even at his alma mater, Kentucky, which hasn't even come open yet. But obviously, if it does, he'll be connected to it. So I do think that Arkansas is still going to end up with a really nice candidate here. And maybe that's an unpopular opinion at this point. I know there are a lot of people that wanted to see Bobby Petrino kind of flip the script in these close games. That has not happened, needless to say. And so I do think that there are still going to be a lot of viable candidates that are going to want this job. I still think Alex Golesh makes a lot of sense. Maybe people will disagree on that, but not all is lost if the big names in this cycle turn this job down.
Well, why is Lane Kiffin the way that he is? And I think he's a great football coach. But there's an article that comes out in Yahoo in which he's trying to say how much I love it at Ole Miss, and maybe this is where I'm going to finish my career. And then after the game, commenting on, well, did you see the crowd against Citadel? It wasn't the same as this last one. Or, the way that Dellinger wrote this made me seem like I was close to death and everything. And, who knows? If it's wild because Franklin's situation with Virginia Tech is totally different because he's not coaching a team right now. There's no fan base that he's trolling except maybe Tech, just quietly. The situation with Kiffin and Ole Miss, and whether he's going to go to Florida or LSU, it's incredible, especially for a team that's playing so well.
Yeah, it's very unique. It's extremely unique. I mean, the home fans are chanting for him at the end of that game, and then meanwhile, there's Florida fans who went to that game in Oxford trying to basically cheer for Lane, like with Lane Kiffin T-shirts, like Lane Kiffin Florida shirts. Like I went to the Swamp a few weeks ago for a game of Texas and Florida, and Florida fans had "Welcome to Lanesville" signs. Like Florida's all in for Lane Kiffin, and Lane, I think, if I'm guessing right now, like in his heart of hearts, he truly doesn't know where he's going to be next year. I still think he ends up staying at Ole Miss. But there's definitely an element to this where Florida is so all in, might even wait deep into December to have a formal agreement with him. But if he does go anywhere, I think it's only Florida. And I do think that those other jobs don't make as much sense for him right now with where he is in his career. And I do think that if those numbers come out, they will be historically large. But even though he's not making this decision for money, Lane is appreciating all of this. He likes to be wanted because Lord knows 12 years ago, he was not exactly Mr. Wanted in the sport of college football. He was persona non grata at big-time jobs. So, yeah, he's soaking all of this in. I really don't think he knows what he wants to do, though, and that's the most fascinating piece of all this.
Connor, we'll leave it there. Appreciate your time. And when we visit again next week, or in 2 weeks, we may know who some of these coaches are going to be at their new locales, because that'll be the end of the regular season, and we may finally have some answers.
Yeah, who would think that we could actually have answers late in November with the coaching carousel? What a crazy concept that would be. Gentlemen, appreciate it as always.
It's Connor O'Gara, Saturday Down South, national senior columnist, joining us every other Monday on Halftime. Yeah, brain's a little bit fried from all the travel over the weekend. You can join us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Stay with us. Halftime is back for the home stretch after this.
We don't need a bunch of cats in here looking in the mirror. Do I look good? I got my extra bands on. I got my other shoes on. Be a dog.
This is Halftime.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
November 9th, opening day of modern gun season, and Jelco Outdoors has all your deer hunting equipment ready for you. Jelco has a great selection of rifles, scopes, and lots of ammo. Stay warm and dry in the largest selection of boots and clothing for men, women, and children. Tree stands, saddles, box blinds, and ground blinds. Jelco can fix you up. Don't forget the blaze orange caps and vests. Good luck and safe hunting to all deer hunters from your locally owned one-stop shop for the best deer hunting equipment. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at goforsgren.com.
Sometimes I'm in a hurry. Stay in the slow lane, buddy. That's when I use the Sodies app to order my favorites and pick up in their drive-thru. They even offer a 10% discount on your first app order. Experience different at Sodies Wine and Spirits off I-540 on Phoenix Avenue.
Every day is worth celebrating at Uncorked. Cocktails, wine, craft beer, bourbons, and unbelievably great food. Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodies.
Right now, someone in a Hardee's kitchen is about to warm up your winter with the new grilled cheese bacon burger. Charbroiled 100% Angus beef, bacon, and Swiss and American cheese melting on our soft buttery sourdough. And our new grilled cheese breakfast sandwich with sausage or bacon and a fried egg. Cozy up to the goodness of the new grilled cheese bacon burger and breakfast sandwich. For a limited time, only at Hardee's. Cinnamon raisin biscuits are back. Unwrap them while you can. Only for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Are you a realtor looking for the right team to grow your career? Join the Lindbergh Real Estate Group, the #1 real estate team in Arkansas. Lindbergh provides you with everything you need to succeed. Access to a database of over 80,000 leads, full training and support, professional marketing and social media content, all handled for you. Plus health insurance, a stock purchase plan, and revenue share opportunities. If you're ready to grow your business with the best, apply today at LindberghTeam.com. That's LindberghTeam.com, where realtors go to win.
Are you tired of loose, uncomfortable dentures or struggling with missing teeth? This is Dr. Charles Liggett with River Valley Smile Center. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cave, and myself experience with full arch dental implant solutions. Dentures that are securely attached to implants, giving you a natural looking, confident smile that feels like your own. No more slipping, no more pain, just the freedom to smile, speak, and eat with ease. You like coming to see us, right, Matt?
Who doesn't want to say, I love the way your smile lights up under your eyes? Call 479-646-0706 or visit rivervalleysmiles.com to schedule your consultation today.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Doesn't matter now, just come and look me
like the way you use.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Want to jump in the conversation? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now, here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Great song, Matt. Love the music we're playing today. It's always good. We got a text in here earlier from Matt in Springdale. We're bringing up the idea of the folks at Sawyer's maybe building us an outdoor radio studio, some kind of a gazebo where the two of us can just kick back and enjoy the outdoors while we're doing the show. Matt in Springdale was listening to a show that you'd done previously on a previous station where, the elements got to you a little bit.
We became one with nature. You know, nature or nurture, nature always wins. And, doing an outside show there, that was part of life. You know, what are you going to do? Sometimes it happens. You know,
sometimes you didn't realize something is falling from the sky and you would have ducked. Well, ducking might actually not work.
Well, you know, it's like it could have been, it landed on clothing, you know, didn't touch skin. So there's it could be worse. I'm sure it's happened to everybody, you know.
Trying to think if it ever happened to me.
Well, maybe not everybody, but I know the unit said it happened to him. I've seen it happen probably 3 or 4 times out and about, just living your normal life, you know. So it's the elements. Yeah, man, that was an interesting show.
Trying to think of if I've ever gotten splattered on before. I was actually driving a car and had my window open and some giant insect. I mean, it must have been, like a giant insect from Men in Black. It hit the it hit the side of the window jamb, you know, and it exploded all over my face. And it was one of those bugs that had neon green blood. So I looked like I looked like the Toxic Avenger when I got into the gas station and tried to wipe that stuff off. Looked really, really weird. And anyway, that was fun memories of doing radio shows outside.
They say somebody called in. They were like, it means it's good luck. I'm like, because it can't get any worse. Is that why it's good now? Because it's like, it can't get worse than that, right?
I swallowed a bug on the air before. I mean, it's a little bit different. So I thought the little guy committed suicide there. He knew where he was flying. He knew where he was going. 877-377-6963. is the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Oh man, how do we do on our Survivor Series? I'm still stuck with the Razorbacks, guys. They're going to go 0-8, and I'm going to end up finishing with 5 straight losses from the Auburn game. So basically it comes down to what flavor tacos do you guys want? I think it's
the you and unit. Yeah, well, I mean, you're kind of stuck right now. What unit? Who was your team this week?
Who was it?
To see who's paying for tacos.
I need him to remember his. You picked Alabama.
I do remember my no.
Matt picked Alabama.
No, I had LSU. He had Missouri.
I picked Missouri.
We both picked Tigers.
Congratulations, you guys keep winning. I keep losing. So yeah, what flavor tacos you guys want?
Tiger flavored.
Tiger blood is a real snow cone flavor too. I've never actually been able to classify exactly what that flavor is. Have you? Tiger blood?
Dark cherry. And then what is it mixed with? But because I see it at the snow cone place. I think Charlie Sheen owns this one down here.
It's every single cup. By the way, I've watched the first installment of the Charlie Sheen documentary. Do I really want to watch the second one?
He's just really, he likes him some him. It's it doesn't get the first. That's it. I didn't make it to the end. I turned it off because it just it's repetitive and it's like, you're just like,
how many different how many times can you get wrapped up in drugs and hookers? It's the same story over and over. I'm interested in the baseball. Like the thing I really wanted to learn about was what it was like to film Major League with all those great actors with that amazing cast.
Him and his pops beat Michael Jordan in a game. They'll show that on there. So they were back in the day. This is a young MJ, like they were kind of doing a charity type thing, fundraiser.
Or you can imagine how that burned in Michael's memory.
Yeah, he never lost a game after that. That was the one that did it.
For the guy that made a point to beat the security guy at flipping a quarter, Yeah, 2-1. Now I didn't remember when Martin Sheen and Charlie did the 2-on-1 with Michael Jordan, but then he's actually like, it was like, we were friends for a long time after that. Interesting life for certain, but probably just lucky to be alive at this point.
Well, he said, he didn't feel good, and I don't know if you've made it to this part yet, and so he's like, well, he's going to go to the hospital to get checked out, and he thought he was just nursing a bad hangover, just whatever it was for a week, and then he thought the doctor was going to tell him to get his affairs in order and get everything straight because he thought it was a death sentence, and then it turns out he said he just has HIV, and he was happy that was it.
Yeah, at least it's just that.
That's where you are right now. That's okay. Like, oh man.
I'd forgotten that Emilio was the first star between the two of them. From what was he in The Outsiders? Of course, I remember The Breakfast Club. He was the first of the stars between them, and they're certainly not. Did they ever do another movie together after Men at Work?
Men at Work would have been the last one.
That's the only one I know of where the two of them are in the same cast.
Yeah. Did he make an appearance in any of those Mighty Ducks where Emilio was the?
Right, because Martin Sheen and Charlie Sheen were in at least Wall Street together and Hot Shots together, and they even made fun of that in the Hot Shots Part 2. But I don't remember seeing Emilio and Charlie. Now, that in that part, Charlie Sheen actually played something that I think fits his character, which was a garbage man. And one of the great lines of all time from that movie, too, was never mess with another man's French fries. These are rules to live by. That's right. Here comes some of the text coming in, and I can't remember everything. Young Guns. They were in Young Guns together. Who the rest
Never saw that one. Yeah.
Young Guns was a fun couple of movies. It was a fun couple of movies. That's right. Charlie Sheen played Dick Brewer, and Emilio Estevez was Billy the Kid, along with Lou Diamond Phillips, Kiefer Sutherland, Dermot Mulroney, Casey Samazco, even Jack Palance in the movie. Wow. Yeah, I'd forgot. That's actually that movie I think may still hold up. It's been probably 20 years since I've seen it, but it might actually still hold up because some Westerns do hold up. 877-377-6963. You got to be excited, Matt. Here's Big Keith on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Hi, Big Keith.
Hey, Big Keith up in the house. How you guys doing today?
Hello, great, thanks.
Hey, I think I was calling in to tell you about Young Guns. I think you just said about
Yeah, we had about 6 or 7 texts roll in after I asked were they in another movie together.
Yeah, that I was like, oh man, that's a no-brainer. I thought, but man, that work. What's the name of that Working Man or whatever it's called that you was talking about?
The Working Men at Work. Men at Work was the first movie they were in together, or it might have been around the same time that Young Guns came out.
Yeah, Men at Work is an underrated movie. I mean, it is good. I love it. It's got one of my favorite actors in it. The guy from They Live, and he was like the stepdad in Something About Mary. I forgot his name.
Yes. No, I remember exactly. It's Keith David. He's the one who utters the line, you never touch another man's French fries.
Yeah. He's crazy in that movie, man. I love it. But anybody who's never seen it needs to take the time to go see that. So that's all I had, buddy. Take care.
All right, thanks, Big Keith. Appreciate you. Yeah, with Sheen, he had a great baseball collection, too. Was there a famous home run that he might have caught or bought? Anyway, he's kind of connected on that one. Yeah, Young Guns would be worth your time. Here's a question, not a question, but it's a text from Jody and Harrison. He points out here. Now, I guess I wonder what betting house he's looking at here. The Hogs, according to Jody, are 9-1 covering the spread. I don't know. They didn't cover the spread against Auburn. Not against Notre Dame. So I don't know if 9-1 is accurate, but they've covered the spread more times than they haven't. It's because so many times they're the opponent's favored by 6, favored by 7, favored by 5. How many of those games have been within that point total? They've been in every game except Notre Dame, Matt. Every single game. So when you watch these games, I don't watch them thinking, man, they are that close to a win. I'm watching these games in my mind thinking, what are the plays that are going to happen that lead to the demise?
I guess there's some solace there. We're 9-1 against the spread, 8-2. Yeah.
Someone's making money off them, I guess.
Yeah, I don't watch the game like that. I just you're watching the game. The thing is, I know that each game's just its own game. It's its own story. It's its own book. It's you watch it and you see.
Well,
how
you're watching it. It's even though, like how you got in the first segment of the show, you're watching it for some of those subtleties that I'd have trouble picking up on. That I think a lot of other fans may have trouble picking up on unless you're watching it zeroed in, slow motion the day after. Something like the interception in the end zone, and how that wasn't just on Taylor Green, like the flip that ended up as a fumble. I think you're watching things for some of those subtleties that we miss, and those subtleties end up being huge portions of why you end up losing a game, why a turnover was a turnover instead of a completed pass.
Well, that's you'll go back and watch film, and I've been on both sides. I've been the quarterback, and then I've been the receiver, and you'll have, but by watching film, by studying, by knowing the concept of play, as the play develops, you can kind of tell, well, the ball's not coming to me. The ball should be going here, here, or here. So I don't know if he knows that. I'm not saying he does, but get that outside soft leverage. He's breaking in route. Ball's not coming to me, but that's wrong because you have to finish the play. You have to do your assignment. That's the little things. Those are the things that you got, even though when it's like running a clear route. A clear route's right. You're running 45 yards down the field as fast as you can, and it's a clear route because you're not getting the ball. One out of 47 times you might get you got to do it for that one time, But it's easy. It's human nature when you keep getting beat, and you're just like it's easy not to go that extra one when you see somebody else do. It just kind of that's the culture. That's who they are right now. They're not doing the little things, the extra little bit that everybody preaches and everybody coaches and everybody tells you what to do. They're not doing those things.
Good text here from Aaron. After all the one-score losses, he's never going to say, I just want football to be competitive again. Because when you think of what the definition of competitive is, it's to compete in each game. It's to have the chances to win each game. They have competed. They just are. It's not a winning team. It's not a winning program.
Yeah, that's you can. Yeah, but the other team too, they played C-. It wasn't like we competed and gave them our best. We left a lot out there, and LSU looked. They didn't look good. I mean,
mid.
There you go. LSU looked very mid.
It's not mid. If you want to download the Hit That Line Now app and take it anywhere throughout your travels, you can listen to all the ESPN Arkansas shows, download the podcasts, and interact with us as well. It's the Hit That Line Now app. You can download it from the App Store for your iPhone, Google Play for Androids. It's brought to you by Taco Bell and the Taco Bell Cantina Chicken Menu. Always bring something to the table for everybody that you know. Cantina is better when it's shared. Back in a moment. We'll wrap up halftime. Stay with us.
I'm tired of saying could have, should have, would have. That's why we ain't good enough yet, because we're saying could have and they ain't.
This is halftime.
Looking for quality metal buildings and roofing? Metal Mart has you covered. From prefabricated metal buildings to custom trim, carports, and more, Metal Mart is your one-stop shop. Contractors and do-it-yourselfers are always welcome, and their experts will help you calculate the materials you need, all at a price you can afford. With locations in Fort Smith, Little Rock, and Jonesboro, or visit metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Hey everybody, Zachary Hall here, otherwise known as the Arkansas Storm Tracker. If you have not stopped by the Jam Mart in Fort Smith on Phoenix Avenue, you're missing out. They have a brand new hot case in there. They serve breakfast, they serve lunch, they serve dinner. My personal favorite is the chicken strips and potato wedges. They also serve cheeseburgers as well. They have all sorts of options that you don't want to miss. Be sure to stop by and see your local Jam Mart, Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith today. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in Arkansas.
Fill her up, please.
Mustard or ketchup?
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them. Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most. To find your local agent, visit shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call your Shelter Insurance agent, Ryan Hughes, in Fort Smith.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort. We're a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Have you had Cheerwine yet? The cherry flavor soda has had people coming back since 1917. This is RD with Platinum Distributing. We help bring Cheerwine to the River Valley for you to try. Nothing goes with food like Cheerwine. Burgers, barbecue, pizza, you name it. Okay, now we're hungry and thirsty. Cheerwine is a one-of-a-kind soft drink with a unique cherry taste that has been delighting Southerners for more than a century. Pick up Cheerwine at your local Jam Mart, Harps, and other fine establishments. Cheerwine, uniquely Southern since 1917.
Black Friday deals start now at Jaeger's. Save $50 on the Stihl MS250 18-inch bar chainsaw, now only $379.99. Blackstone Iron Forged 2-burner outdoor griddle is $279.99. And Craftsman 9-gallon wet dry vac, now $59.99 after $20 instant savings. That's great Black Friday savings every day in November on hundreds of items at Jaeger's. Order online and pick up in 15 minutes at all 5 Jaeger's locations. Jaeger's Ace Hardware. Real help, real savings.
Dad, the driver looks dirty.
You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
I need somebody, not just anybody. You know, I need someone. When I was young, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. Now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Find a genuine, I'm opening up the doors. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. I like to appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please?
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, unit, you know the question. Name me the Beatles.
John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, Ringo Starr.
Hire him as the next football coach, Matt. That's the quickest he's ever answered the question.
Analytics say that he's the man. He's the fastest we got.
He's it only took 2 years.
The numbers and the stats, you know, they say that's the way.
Hey, I'll
You
believe
think they're
the
rolling
stats
in their
about-
grave right now?
I'll believe about this. There's still two of them that are alive.
Oh.
Don't
Well, the two I can't remember. I
don't
guess.
put Paul and Ringo in there.
That's what you're going to have to ask now. Who are the two remaining alive Beatles?
I just mentioned them. I bet you he wasn't listening. Name me the two dead.
Paul
Beatles.
and Ringo.
Nah, Paul and Ringo are alive. So who are the dead ones?
Oh, the dead ones. George Harrison and John Lennon.
See, it's just process of elimination was
I
pretty.
had to
easy.
remember who they were for a second.
And they are not mid, right? Please tell me they're not mid.
No.
Good. For a moment, I was a little nervous about the answer I was about to get, Matt.
Favorite Beatles song?
Help.
Perfect answer. Perfect. He didn't even realize that was a song's name. He just wanted a listener to give him a different song.
Help.
He just pushed play a moment ago.
Well, I needed help, so you know.
Yeah,
you got to get that cut for intro right there.
That'll definitely work. Oh my goodness. Be wins at some point this week. Basketball's got a couple of games. The women's team plays Little Rock on Thursday. There'll be some wins this week. Whether or not it happens on a football gridiron, I don't know. There'll be some high school games where there will be a winner in the state this week. I'm just not ready to tell you that it's going to happen for the Razorbacks yet. We'll have some sound from Bobby Petrino tomorrow. And also tomorrow, Clay Henry joins. Also speaking with Bill King and Alyssa Orange. Plus, of course, Matt Jones and Christian Johnston, and probably some question on who the four Beatles are at some point during the hour that Christian will nail in about 3 seconds. Eastside Liquor Halftime Podcast is ready to go in a moment, as are Ruskin and Zach. They come up at the top of the hour, and we'll do this again with you tomorrow. For Matt Jones, Christian Johnson, I'm Phil. That's halftime. Have a great rest of your Monday, and then do Tuesday and Wednesday.